We've been going so long, the graphics were a little rusty at first when we began. Like the computer was like, "Oh, we're back. We're live this week. All right, yeah." So back in the house, myself, Todd. You know who we are.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another Toss One Back Thursday and Cinco de Mayo. So a little bit of a drinking day again, as if
if you needed a reason.
as if we needed a reason. But for me, I will mix it up today since it is Cinco de Mayo with something a little bit different. So we'll share that here in a second. And hopefully you guys are ready to get some drink and hopefully some laughter on as well as we get into it. So no Shannon appearance tonight.
She was wanting to so bad, and I almost had her convinced. She was off yesterday, today, and tomorrow, so there was no reason not to other than she said she didn't sleep one bit last night, so she was super tired.
Well, how can she sleep tonight knowing we're on without her? She'll have to make an appearance at some point.
But then again, she has come in late at times before, so you just never know.
You just never know.
You
just never know what can happen with her, right? So
if she hasn't turned on and sitting laying in bed, she might be like, "Yeah, screw it, I'm gonna go drink a beer or 10."
We get an interesting enough topic where she has to actually join us is what we'll have to do. So
right. Be like fishing. Have to lure her in just a little bit.
And shout out to everybody in the house. Tex in the house. Cheers, homie. Good to see you, my friend. Gilbert's in the house. Cheers. Back at you, homie. So yeah, it's been a while, couple weeks, and before we left for a little bit of a break there, because actually last week I was out sick. You were going to a beer festival.
I was, yes.
And we'll get to the whole Rod and Todd thing in a bit, but what did you think of the beer festival?
It was pretty good. I liked it because it was all Indiana breweries. Like there wasn't any, anything from out of state, like bigger breweries, name whichever Boulevard, whatever, some of the bigger ones that get, distribution in a lot of the states, Founders, heaven forbid we say that, but Founders, some of the big guys. So it was all Indiana-based breweries, which was cool because although the odd thing was Three Floyds wasn't there. I don't know why, but they didn't have a booth set up.
Really? Well, that's interesting.
They were the only one recognizable that wasn't there. I mean, 450 North had one, 18th Street had one. Trying to think of probably ones that you would not know for sure, but that's kind of known around the state, but
right,
doesn't get any distro or anything. So it was cool. It was cool because there was a lot of breweries I've never had anything from. So it was good. Of course, Taxman, who was throwing it, was, I don't know. Was you all getting distribution before you moved? Did you get Taxman there?
I think I got the Taxman from you, I think. So I don't think he had the distribution.
I was
18th Street we were getting.
Right. I wasn't sure if Taxman was getting out of the state yet or if it was in Kentucky or what the deal was. So, okay. But anyway, it was nice. It was pretty good. I liked it.
Nice.
So we bought our tickets early, so it was $50 for 4 hours. Plus, you got a nice commemorative glass, which it wasn't a little plastic, like you get your little 4-ounce plastic shot glass looking things from a lot of the brew fest you get. This was a nice little, which I don't think I have it up here. Actually, I think I do. Hang on a second. Let me grab it. I think I do have it up here. Hang on.
All right. Todd will grab that. And we'll ask the community, are you drinking a Mexican-style beer here for Cinco de Mayo?
So it's called Death and Tax Day is what it's called. And here's the glass that you got for your pours. So it's a nice little, so it's like a nice little snifter glass.
Oh, that's the one they were using for your pours there at the festival. That is
yeah. And just as a, I don't know, just as a comparison, that's a 16-ounce can. So it's about to, not much. It's a bigger size than a normal 4-ounce glass is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So you got that, and then you also got a 4-pack of just for the festival only beer.
Oh, nice.
that was brewed just for those. And then they had 4 variants of it that they were selling in cans too, but they were wanting $20 for just 2 cans. I was like, yeah, I don't want it that bad. But you can get it on tap. They were having pours of it, so you can get it on tap, which was nice. So I got all the I got all the tastings I wanted. I was like, I don't,
Yeah.
that's a little high.
So was it only just Indiana beers, or anybody in from Kentucky or Ohio? Or
No, it was just all Indiana stuff, which was cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, the big players, 450, which was weird. Like I said, Three Floyds wasn't there. 18th Street, of course, Taxman, which is a big one in Indiana. There's a few up in Indianapolis. That's Deviant was, it's a big brewery up in Indy. Trying to think of some other ones. Bloomington, or not Bloomington, but
did you get
Hoosier Brewing?
Should come down from Indianapolis. They usually teams up with Rheingeist on stuff. They did like the what was one of the cider type beers? It was
they're out of Indianapolis.
Yeah, they've got the Pilsner. That's pretty decent. The Champagne Velvet Pilsner.
Oh, Upland.
Upland, yeah.
Upland was there. Yeah, that's a big one. Upland and let's see. I feel like I'm forgetting one too. That's a bigger name, but it's in Indiana brewery. But Upland, they for sure were there. Terre Haute Brewing Company, which has gotten big in the last year, I guess maybe. They do some pretty good stuff. I'm actually I think I've got a can, which if Big Daddy, if you're on here, if not, I'll message you later. But send me your address again, because I've got all the stuff now. I just got to send it out. So I got all the stuff I got, which I'm going to send him one of the cans that I got. Spoiler alert, but I'm going to send him one. I'm going to send him one of the cans of the stouts that I got, which I'm going to have here in a little while, of the one that they gave us at the beer fest last week.
Yeah, well, I got it too, so I can shoot it over to you as well. So.
Oh yeah, I think I have it from the boxes that he sent me. I think I still have it, but just to make sure, so it's not going like I did to you. So I'm not sending it to the wrong address the first time around.
Which, like I said, it was nice to know I had an honest UPS drop off. They didn't mess with it. They had it there for me. I mean, they opened it and they knew there were beers inside, and they went ahead and left it there. So
shame on them.
Had to be tough. Like,
but I don't know. It was a nice beer fest. Like, it had plenty of tents, good, nice shaded. Like, they actually had one huge like circus type tent was just for shade. So a lot of people, which it was sunny, really sunny that day. Me and Shannon's brother, my brother-in-law, went up there. And of course, we took enough sunscreen because we thought ahead. I was like, we need to take some sunscreen because it was blazing, sunny out that day. As soon as we got out, we saw so many people. It was from the first hour to the next hour. It was like they looked like lobsters. I was like, oh, they're gonna be hurting. It was like we could have totally set up a booth and just sold sunscreen.
Business opportunity missed. Business opportunity.
Mm-hmm. But it was good though. It was fun. They had a couple. They had some 3 or 4 food trucks set up, and then they had a band that was set up and playing. And so Taxman's kind of in like a small podunk type town. Like, there's not really anything there. It's kind of just out of the way. Like, it's kind of weird that they actually have succeeded as much as they have, because the restaurant that they have there is really good, and the beers they make are pretty good. So it's like, it just kind of goes to show it doesn't really matter your location as long as you're making the stuff that people want, and you have a name. Get a name. People's going to come to get your stuff.
It's like Field of Dreams. Build it, they will come. Right. So.
Yeah, which is kind of really like 450 North. It's literally in the middle of a cornfield, out in the middle of the sticks.
Look at these parallels. Yeah.
Like.
Better that being the more corn than children in the corn. So
yeah, and it's probably from 450 to Taxman. You get off the same exit to go to breweries, but you go left on one and right on the other, and they're probably 40 minutes away from each other, I guess.
Yeah,
but in their general vicinity there. So, but it was good though. We had a good time.
So we got Trans Am in the house. And what's up, guys? Cheers, homie. Great to have you.
Trans Am.
He actually wasn't upset that we were off last week because he was visiting family. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember him saying
Hopefully
that
everything went well there. You guys put down some good beers and everything. There's Big Daddy in the house. Here's y'all sipping a Voodoo Ranger Juice Force.
What's up, Big Daddy?
Nice. I will have a review coming on the Juice Force because I did pick that up, by the way. So still got to get the other reviews all out there, but I'm trying to roll them out. I put out like one a day a week now. I still got like some on the log. I'm like, I thought about adding more, but I don't want to overwhelm and put too many out there. So
all right,
still working through stuff. Cheers. And that beer is also Transib. Drinking a juice bomb from Sloop Brewing in New York.
Nice.
Nice. So I put a poll up as well, although you can't see it in the comments here, but it's on the site. Are you drinking a Mexican-style beer for Cinco de Mayo? 29% yes, 71% no. So see if that changes on the course. I will be sharing what I'm drinking here in a second. JT's in the house. Evening, friends. Good to see you.
What's up, JT? Drinking
my Feder Doppelbock by Beguile. I have to try some Beguile beer at some point. I've always heard some good things about them as well. What's up, JT? I'm Doppelbock. Revving up for summer. Get it quick. Rev up for summer. Bart in the house. Good evening, Jones. Good to see you as well, Bart. Hopefully you're staying safe up there. Be careful. It looks like you guys might be having some big rainstorms coming through tomorrow. This weather has just been all over the place this year. It's tornadoes down in Oklahoma and Texas again, and then got these like 3 to 4 inches. They're supposed to get in the Northeast possibly tomorrow. You got stuff coming your way, I think.
It's raining here now.
Yeah, and so I know around Cincinnati they had storm warnings and stuff too. It's just I don't know. I feel like it's going to get worse as we go through more years into it. I think this is just going to become routine.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
I think we're supposed to get some heavy rains throughout the night and tomorrow. And then Saturday for the Derby, which, local here for me, it's hit and miss. I think it's like 40% chance of rain. So and tomorrow, of course, is the Kentucky Oaks. But
yeah.
So it doesn't seem to be shaping up as a really good weekend to be at the race.
Yeah, you got
watching the horses. Yeah.
The Derby could be a mud one this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Sunday, I think it's supposed to be.
Is Baffert allowed to run this year? Is Baffert on suspension?
He got a 2-year suspension.
2 years, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of suspension, what you call him got 2-year suspension, the pitcher for the was it Trevor Bauer? Is that who it was?
Oh, yeah, I think it was.
For the which is kind of a weird thing because he got it for domestic, I guess. Was it his wife and kid or something and everything? But then the police didn't have anything for an investigation, but baseball still suspended him for 2 years. So
yeah, I don't.
Which I guess baseball's policy is a lot better than the NFL. I mean, NFL like you got nothing. I'm good. I'll see you Sunday.
We'll call it a day. We'll see you next week.
Who needs character to play sports anyway, right? Yeah. What's up, Mick T in the house? Drinking a can of Stella Artois.
What's up, Mick T?
Or wife beater, as it's called here. What's up, Big cheers, my friend? He says Stella. I think he was kind of doing that in his voice from the movie. Marlon Brando. Went to a great Mexican restaurant today, and they had Modelo Negra on tap. It was outstanding. It's a nice little Mexican beer. We got Trez in the house. Cheers, homie. What up, Phil?
What's up, Trez?
Taking care of a client. Drink a few for me, Phil. Will do. And Trez, I'm glad you enjoyed those beers I got to you as well. So let me know how it went when you went to Jungle Gyms. Did you try some other stuff that you don't usually try? I sent like different beers to Trez to try. He's not used to. He really enjoyed them. He said he's
nice.
Jungle Gyms to get stuff he doesn't usually pick up. So
the Jungle Gyms trap.
You got to get outside the box. Oh yeah, Derby day. I'll be in my basement with a needle and a spoon. Yeah, big hat day in Kentucky. All the women break out their big hats and
they do
stuff. Yeah, mint juleps and big party in the infield. But we'll go ahead and crack open a beer here. So it is Cinco de Mayo. So decided to go a little Mexican flavored. And for those of you, obviously, you should know what Cinco de Mayo is now. But don't be one of those people that think it's Mexican Independence Day, because that is not the holiday. And that's something that some Americans think for whatever reason is still stuck in their head is actually to celebrate when the Puebloans down in Mexico fought off Napoleon Bonaparte and the French to stop them from colonizing. So just make sure you know it's the right thing there. I'm going to actually crack open one. I don't know if I've ever done this on the channel. And it's not a beer I usually get. Now, this one is one brewed and canned in Mexico. It is the Corona Extra.
Oh,
Bet you weren't expecting that. Because I wasn't going regular Corona. I don't care what day it is. I'm not drinking regular Corona. So this is the Cerveceria Modelo Mexico that is brewed by. It only comes in at like 4.6% or something ABV. But supposedly you better. I was going to get the familiar, but I didn't feel like getting like a 32-ounce bottle because you can only buy it that way. It wasn't in cans like this was, which I heard that was actually the better Corona to actually give a try to. But
it is. And I actually forgot about it until I saw that in the background of yours. I was like, I think I might have one downstairs. Actually.
Yeah. So
actually, while you crack that open, I'm going to go look because I don't remember. Yeah. We had a couple of friends over last weekend, and he may have drank them. But I'm not sure.
Got them. All right.
He might have got them, but let me go check real quick. If I have them, I'll pop one of those. Hang on.
There we go. So we'll go ahead and get this poured in. As you guys know, I'm more of an ale than a lager person for the most part. There are certain lagers I do enjoy, but don't do a lot of, for lack of a better term or style, adjunct lagers. But there is a look there. Nice, crisp and clear on the view. Nice white head. I mean, it smells like a beer. Smells like a lager. Smells like a Corona. It's got a crisp, refreshing feel. It's funny, when I have beers like this, it kind of takes me back to the late high school years and college years because back then we didn't really have the craft beer movement like we have now. So a lot of the beers we drank were this kind of flavor of beer. And I know some friends that like to add salt into this. I didn't do it with this one here, but I can definitely see why you would add salt into it to give it a little bit of a back in there. The salt would add a nice feel to it as well. Get up here, some of the carbonation. But I mean, it's not bad. I mean, you could throw a lime in there as well if you wanted to add that lime flavor. But as far as just having one just to have, Cinco de Mayo to the Mexican people, going to go ahead and do this. And going to kick back with that. And then at some point, we'll do a nice little toast to Mexico with a little El Jimenez tequila. So can't get too crazy. It is a school night, kids. It is a school night. So. But we will enjoy Cinco de Mayo.
He must have drank them, so I didn't have any left. But I think I had the Corona Premier or whatever they're called.
Okay. He's like, I'm going to liberate you from my friend's house because he's not going to drink you.
I am actually drinking one I picked up for last Thursday when we ended up not having the show. So I was like, I got to save it because I was so happy we were doing it tonight. I got to pour it because it's starting to pour a little bit of it anyway. Smoogie, Frosé, coconut, banana, pineapple. And this one is from Imprint Brewing Company out of Pennsylvania.
Oh, there you go.
And the ABV on this is... I don't see it. Wait a minute. Nope, I don't see it. I still don't understand how they can't put ABVs at least on the can. Unless it's on there and I'm not seeing it, but I don't see it.
Like hidden or something. It may not be on there. Some don't put it on there.
No, I know some of them don't. I don't understand that. Although they do have the scan box that you can, the barcode or bar scan thing. So maybe it's on that. But
yeah,
I don't know. But anyway, I've heard a lot of good things about the Imprint beers, and we've been getting some here lately. So
yeah,
I was gonna get a 4-pack, and then I found out saw the price. I asked them, and they were like, "Oh, it's $32." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll just take one." Just give me one of those. I want to try it first.
Yeah.
Dang, this thing is pouring like a milkshake.
Oh, it does. It is like a milkshake. Todd's
That maybe it
milkshake,
was.
like all the boy in the yard.
That maybe it was foam, but it doesn't appear to be foam.
No,
And it's interesting.
like a White Russian or something.
It's definitely get the banana. Kind of get a little bit of all of them, really. Definitely get the like lactose. I don't know if it's got lactose in it, but it does kind of have that vibe to it.
James said, I always thought Cinco de Mayo was just Mexican Day for gringos. Well, some do dress up with the sombreros and all that kind of stuff too, so maybe it is for them. But yeah, like the full country of Mexico doesn't really celebrate it. It's really down in Pueblo where it's really celebrated, where that battle actually happened. I mean, the other ones don't go out like we do. I think they have like some parades in different parts of Mexico and kind of stuff. But it's not like a national holiday, or anything, unless you're at Pueblo, I believe. But a lot of people were confusing it as an Independence Day, and it really wasn't. It was really to celebrate the battle that took place there. Oh, Kyle's coming home.
It is after 9. She's just getting home from work, so I have to mute myself here for a minute.
Gilbert said, drinking a Laura Bruin and Laura Borealis Pale Ale. Totally Mexican, son. Yeah, that's right there. I see that there. Right over the hills. Got a lime wedge. I don't not have a lime wedge for the Corona because I don't like the fruit beer. I think a beer shouldn't have to be fruit. I think a beer should be able to deliver and stand on its own. You can enhance it if you want. I mean, that's always the call. I don't feel like it. Lime in here would fit. Lime and some salt would fit into it, but yeah, I didn't do lime.
I agree with you on that part of it.
Yeah.
Like the Blue Moons and stuff with the orange wedges, whatever. It's like, nah, don't need to put that in there.
What's up, Vanessa? Good to see you. Cheers, my friend. Middle Fru's in the house. Cheers, buddy. Said just 804 Cinco recognized all through the states or primarily in the South. No, I mean, I'm actually in the Northeast. Todd's in the Midwest. So, I mean, there's different states that they pretty much have it all the way through. But here in the States, it's like everybody's like tacos, margaritas.
Yeah.
And like Mexican beer or tequila in some form or fashion, and people use it to party or whatever. But the people in Mexico would be like, "What are you guys like? All it's not that really big of a thing." Like,
right. I think it's the American way of like, let's have more beer. We need another holiday for beer. Apparently,
it's like you don't worry about us. We do what we do. We're on this side of the border. We're gonna party.
That's right. I mean. We celebrate May the 4th, as in the 4th be with you, as is Cinco de Mayo. So why not just keep it going, right?
Yeah. Vanessa, cheers, JT. The limes will not help. Well, the lime can add flavor enhancement. So that's why they do a lot of Mexican style beers. You'll see lime added in there with a twist on things, but it's going to be all about how your palate is. But on here, lime, like I said, lime would add a little something. I don't really need it, but some people, maybe they do it because it helps them get the beer down. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, 77. Hey, JT. I made a Corona clone for a few years ago, and I put some lime juice right in that keg. I'm going to put it right in the keg. There you go. That's a good way to do it. You don't have to worry about looking for fruit because it's already in there. Like ragu, it's in there. I don't know if anybody remembers those old ragu commercials when they used to say that. Millennials are like, what the hell is a ragu? Is that the guy with Laverne and Shirley? No, that was the big ragu.
The bigger, yeah, that's true. Yep.
I'm talking about the spaghetti sauce here. Talking about the spaghetti sauce. Hey, what's up, Sam? Cheers. Happy Thursday.
What's up, Sam?
Friday to you, my friend. Sitting here with the 30-day Ultra Heart monitor on. Oh, no. Hopefully anything picked up, or I don't know if it's just routine right now, or hopefully all's going well there, Vanessa. It's our Queen's Jubilee this month. 75 years on the throne. Going to be the biggest party in UK history. Everybody gets time and paid. Woohoo. And that is nice. Yeah, she has to be like the longest ever there to be on the throne.
Should I be able to smell the other thing?
See here.
Not as much, but
Mick says, "Hey Vanessa," and I believe it is.
Oh,
Or the
shit.
Wolf says, "Hey, if she's gonna talk over me, she needs to sit her ass down and get on the show."
If we're gonna talk over him, you need to sit your ass
Sorry,
down.
I'm sorry.
I had to have her come out and try this beer because it reminds me of like a melted orange Julius.
It reminds me of a 450 North beer.
Yeah, that's better than those.
Oh, it's better than
It's not
450.
as
You think?
it's not as sour though. But
What's the ABV?
I don't know. I didn't have it on the can. I have to look it up. She wouldn't know what the ABV was. I was like, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's all over 77. Oh, what's your beer? Hey, what's going on? Cheers. Our show just ended and glad we caught you. Well, thank you. Appreciate you guys jumping in. And if you haven't checked out Wish You Were Beer Show, they've just started up here at YouTube as well. They got some good beer things they're doing. So make sure to check out their channel as well. Haven't got a chance to hit up Jungle Gyms. I've been busy as hell the past 2 weekends, updating the home. Gotcha. Yeah, there's never an opportunity where there's not something to probably do with the home. That's for sure. That's kind of one of the things I don't miss about renting right now. Is not having to do a lot of that home stuff, especially now because the seasons change. You're probably lawn work and everything else. So I do not miss that at all. What's up, Sam? 77. Going to shoot the queen up Benzo's roar day off. Yeah. She won't move much. Trey says, cheers, good people. Hi, Mick. What is the queen? Is the queen like, did she hit 100 for her birthday? Or wasn't she pretty close to hitting 100?
Not really sure.
Queen Elizabeth's age.
Let's see. I gotta look this beer up to see what the
96. She's 96 years old. I always thought lime wedge and Coronas were their disguised as smoky taste of the clear bottle of cerveza. That could be part of it as well. I mean, you do get that with the clear bottles, which is the funny stuff. The stuff from Mexico, the Familiar was in a brown bottle. This was in a can. A couple other stuff I saw, they were all in cans. So I didn't see from Mexico. I mean, the Corona from in the clear bottle, is that from Mexico? Or do we make that here in the States, import it from there? Because it seemed like everything that said made in Mexico had like either in a can or in a bottle, dark bottle. I don't know.
I would say that's here, but I don't know. I wouldn't imagine that a clear bottled beer would travel very well coming from, you know
Mexico.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't think it would be, but I don't know. That's a good question.
It's still going to stick with the lime doesn't help matters. Cerveza is a water replacement. I hear you. The wife is killing me. Yeah, right. You got the honeydew list from her, I'm sure. Springtime. That's more work. So as a kid of St. Patrick's Day, hell up here, even a skinhead neo-Nazis celebrate. Even the skinhead's like, hey, it's St. Patrick's Day. Give me some House of Pain. Yeah, it's like right now, if you went to some of the Mexican type restaurants, you'd have Americans in there pounding tacos and drinking and laughing and having a good time probably at the bars and stuff like that. So, which is fine, you know. It helps the businesses. It's a day to recognize that even if they don't know what it's really being recognized for, they're still out there spending some money. Well, at least they were. Nowadays in the economy, I don't know who's spending what. Some places. Majesty enjoys a cocktail or 3 every day, so I hear. Well, she actually had was either a distillery or a brewery just started up like a couple years ago or within the last year, which was kind of interesting. So it wouldn't surprise me if she has a pint here or there or a drink. I think they still got her one son locked away where he can't be around people because of all his past escapades. So yeah, so about finished with this one here. I mean, it's a Corona. You can knock it out. You can drink it down rather easily. The other
definitely
one,
a lawnmower beer for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not going to shock you or surprise you, but it's just going to be on a warm type day. It's fine. I'd probably like drink this more than I would like a bud or something like that and everything. It's like the aftertaste on this one doesn't linger as much. But you do get that like corn smell in your nose and everything. Right. The Queen's mom really liked her gin. I do like some gin from time to time. I haven't had gin in a while, but I do like gin from time to time.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I'm kind of just like take it or leave it.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
This beer, not the flavor of it, but the texture and the thickness of it reminds me of like an orange Julius. If the little chunks of ice that they mix up with an orange Julius is
Mm-hmm.
kind of melted without the ice chunks in it. This is exactly the texture of what this is. But it's so damn good.
Yeah. Is it
But
is it sweet or anything too? Or
it's not really that sweet and it's not sour. I don't know. It's just like it almost tastes like a melted milkshake. Well, like I said, like an orange Julius, which I'm sure you've had an orange Julius before. But without, how when you get an orange Julius, you kind of get the like shaved ice in it too, a little bit, like real small chunks. You don't get that in this, but it's got that same kind of body and mouthfeel to it.
yeah.
Super creamy, super smooth. It's 6% alcohol, which is mind blowing to me because I don't even taste any. Of course, the 6% you're not going too much anyway, but I don't get any hint of alcohol in this at all.
Yeah.
Like I could definitely see like a little kid picking this up, thinking it's a fruit juice of some sort, and pounding it, and would be like, no issues. I mean, might have issues, but
I mean, the kid might have issues.
Yeah, so I mean, the kid might, but he wouldn't realize he was. Later on, it's like, why am I feeling? Why am I sick? Why is the room spinning? But this could totally, you could like throw like a scoop of ice cream in it or something, and it'd be like, oh my god, you could do so many things with this. It's so good.
Maybe that's their next advertisement. So smooth, a 6-year-old can drink it.
Baby approved.
Hey, Johnny, come here. Let me have you taste this for a second. Let me see what happens.
The babysitter's best friend.
He said, "Oh, you got the chance to meet Mallory and Chu. Nice. A couple weeks ago, I took Mallory and Chu on a mini brewery tour of the North Side.
Oh, nice.
We had a blast. That's very nice.
Cool.
And Corona takes less than a minute to drink. With Vanessa, it wouldn't surprise me less. She's like, okay, next. She's not going to suck. She's like, get it out of here. Get it out of here. Pineapple orange juice were tasty. I haven't had one in a long time. Yeah. Those old Brits gargle with gin. Tippy Cow is blender full of ice. Yum. That does look kind of like a Tippy Cow type thing there, too. Yeah, it's like I said, it was kind of almost like a White Russian when I saw it there when Todd had it. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the lacing and stuff on the glass. It's just like silky, creamy, kind of a milk-esque type, kind of left behind on the glass there. I don't know. It's kind of, I like it. It's tasty, though.
All right, so now we have 31% are drinking a Mexican-style beer. Versus 69 and not. So we moved up 2% since the last time I looked at that. I'd be surprised. I'm thinking, with craft beer, we had a lot of new Mexican-style lagers that have hit the market. So I'm kind of surprised more people are probably drinking some of those or something too, which if I had more time when I thought about it, I would have got something like that probably instead of the ones I did get just to get some craft breweries. But
right.
Last second, it was kind of like the place I went to was like a corner store type thing. And it was just like, you get this, and you get that. And that's really all you get. So,
and honestly, it didn't even dawn on me to stop on the way home or I totally would have.
Yeah. Oh, somebody else voted and it went back to 29%. Yes. Somebody else put their no in. Yeah, so this kind of neat. So I'm just trying this whole new poll thing, as we have some things here. start putting the poll questions into the chat. And I never really do it as much because on StreamYard you can't put it in there, but I've got the other screen over here where I have it on the YouTube channel where you can actually do that. So that's kind of neat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But let me grab another beer while you talk to the people here, and I'm going to get that teed up.
Oh, here we go again. It's hard talking when you don't get any interaction on the other side because I can't see the comments.
You guys, tell me a story.
Once upon a time, not long ago. No. So anyway, if you can get this beer, like I said, it's Pennsylvania beer, schmoogy. And if you've had the Orange Julius, from the malls, Orange Julius shops in the mall, although it's not orange, but it tastes, and the mouthfeel and the flavors, it tastes just like an Orange Julius without the shaved ice in it. So good. So good.
I didn't have to go that far because, since I don't have a cellar anymore, the beer fridge is over here instead of me going down 2 flights of stairs. So it's a quick run.
So less exercise is what that means.
Yeah. Too many high level of doxy at best. Not having alcohol in it. Yeah, definitely don't mix that and everything. I didn't drink. This is my first beer in like a week and like 5 or 6 days or something because when I got sick, I didn't drink anything that weekend before really. So felt good to clear the body up a little bit.
So what you're saying is everybody should stick around for the aftershot effect, huh?
We never know what's going to happen. I'd be more worried if Shannon was here because she has a nerve. She can push us to keep drinking sometimes, and it's kind of
no. You think?
I know she would say we push her to keep drinking, but it's the other way around.
I agree. That's what I've been trying to say all along, but
I just want to know the Mexican beer due to cost is more expensive than some. Oh wow! So for you guys to get up there, it's expensive. Oh. See, I would think with it being like adjunct lagers, for a lot of them it would have been cheaper still. Well, Canada gets screwed in their beer anyway because they'll get like off the tent. Yeah. Chris, he told me before, like they get like a case of Miller Genuine Draft. It's like $40-something, and they're like, what?
Ooh,
for Miller Genuine? It's like, yeah, they're bending you guys over for sure. I mean,
no doubt.
Yeah.
Woo-wee.
You tell somebody in the States here, they'd be like, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. No doubt.
I'll go right over here and get this hams for $12, and I'll be just as fine.
I can get 100 hams for the same price.
Vanessa, we all do. We all enjoy having Shannon on the show. So. But like any diva, she has to have her moments. So she can't be here all the time,
Well, since we didn't have a show last week, that's a 2-week absence now. So she wasn't on the week before either, was she?
No, she was on it.
She was in. Oh, well, count tonight to be 2-week absence. That's what I was thinking of.
So the other beer I'm drinking here for Cinco de Mayo is the Cerveza Modelo Especial. So I'm going to crack that one open. Brewed in Mexico. And this one has that same ABV. I think it was around 4.6 or so as well. Oh, no, 4. They put the silver on the white right, or 4.4.
I hate that.
Yeah. Got to get it to the right light so the light just pierces just right on. It's like freaking Indiana Jones trying to crack a code here. Just got to turn it to the right spot, and then the passage opens up.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's 4.4. I'm gonna crack this one open. I haven't had one of these in a long time either. Now the Negra, I'll have those when I go to Chipotle sometimes, which are pretty good because they have that as part of their branding. But haven't had the Especial in a while.
I do like the Negra's better, I think, out of those.
But this was the only Modelo one they had there. I wasn't buying 2 Corona. Let's get that out there right now.
You bought a 6-pack. You just got it. You just got the rest in the fridge for later.
Why let that settle? Let's have a little the El Imador.
Damn, I should have grabbed some down while I was downstairs a minute ago and have a shot with you.
Because can you have Cinco de Mayo without having a shot of tequila? Now, no lime, no salt. We're just going to go straight.
Oh, yeah. That's all that's what you got to do.
You have any tequila there?
Do what?
You have any tequila there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. hold tight
if
for
you want. All right.
hold tight for just a second. Let me go check. I'm almost 99% sure I do. Hang on.
Todd's going to check for tequila. And we'll do a tequila shot here in celebration of Cinco de Mayo. Vanessa says, one day I missed the show. The insomnia has been nuts in the past few weeks. But hopefully the insomnia is settling down for you some, where you're actually starting to get some rest. Insomnia does suck. So, yeah. Love the Negra. Yeah, the Negra is actually pretty decent for, a Mexican lager. Like I said, I go to Chipotle. Our Chipotle's here in the States. You can get alcohol, margaritas, and beers and stuff. So I'll have that there occasionally. Funny thing is, it used to be Chipotle used to have a really nice margarita. And I think years ago when they got released from under whoever they were with before McDonald owned them into whoever they're with now, it's kind of like they redid stuff. And it's not as good as it used to be. But you used to go in there and you could have a couple of those and just be like, I'm going to have to chill here for a little bit because they really put some alcohol into them. So they used to make a real nice one. Buy a suitcase? What's a suitcase? Suitcase for? Yeah, Shannon was 2 weeks ago. Hard to forget. Absolutely no offense, Todd, right? Yeah, we had a good time. She was definitely bringing it. Tequila in fridge. I can't have any. Well, don't gotta have it now. You can have it later. No tequila here, unfortunately, and no mezcal either. I need to get some. Yeah. I didn't have any here. When I went to the store, I got those beers, and I said, there was like the thing of little bottles in front. I was like, yeah, I need tequila in these things. And the guy went through them, and he pulled out the El Jimenez, and I said, you know what? Yeah, throw that in there. You got another one? I'll do maybe another one as well. And he's like, this was the only one they had in there. And I don't know if they had a run earlier because it's Cinco de Mayo or what, but I got the last one they actually had available. A couple hours every 3.5 days, it seems. Oh, man. Suitcase of beer. The box is not a case of beer.
Yeah, glad.
You don't have it here? Sorry.
Yeah, I guess we drank it all. We have a shit ton of vodka, but I didn't have any tequila left.
Yeah. I'll put
which means I just have to buy some next time I go.
I'll do suitcases full of beer when I travel because I'll bring it back, which you can do that on airlines. You know what I wish I had now? That cafe, what was it? The Cantegra.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be perfect for tonight. I don't have any of that. I don't even know if I can get that here because we got it at party stores. I'll have to look to see. I mean, I know they should be national, so I'm hoping I can find it at one of the stores.
I've never seen it in Indiana, but I can get it in Louisville. So
Terra Negra. Oh, I can tell you. So Lexington, West 6 Brewing. You know West 6.
Oh yeah,
it's right down the road from me, down the highway. They actually are releasing, I think it's tomorrow, the one-day IPA. I don't know if you've heard about this or not. So
I have not.
They have their regular IPA from West 6. What the one day is, they're actually going from barrel to can within a day. It'll be the freshest IPA you can actually get from them without taking one off the line. So that's about to happen if you happen to see it show up in your area. I don't know if they would get over that quick, but I mean, Louisville and Lexington are only like an hour apart. So
yeah, well, I'm checking now because I like them on Facebook.
Yeah.
Just to see sometimes. I'm seeing if they posted anything about that one.
24 packs of beer are called a suitcase. No, I've never had a suitcase with. I would never need 24 packs. 24 6-packs, you're saying? I mean, if I was having a party or something, I guess I would use a suitcase. I was just thinking of a case of beer, which would be like 4 6-packs. A Mexican with the whiskey, beer-faced Canadian whiskey, son. LOL. Somebody from Mexico had to end up in Canada at some point, and maybe it was a person that created whiskey. Who knows?
Let's see. Excuse me. No, I'm not seeing
the one-day IPA.
No, they've got one. Let's see. They posted this 2 days ago. It's called the Neighborly Spirit says we partnered with our friends at Justin's House of Bourbon to bring you a brand new super limited bottle of barrel aged imperial stout. But that's all they have listed. They don't say anything about that one, so
Let me take a look here.
might just be for Lexington then.
Yeah, because it showed up. Well, it showed up on my feed earlier. Come on, Google machine. Mm-hmm.
So did you have your shot? Did you take your shot yet or no?
Not yet. I have it here.
Oh, okay.
It's still here. Let me see. Oh, I forgot the X. It's like I was like Mike Tyson. What's this? Oh.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on that one.
I think I got an email on it. Where's my phone? That might have been it too. Somewhere it popped across my thing. You get so much beer stuff, it's hard to keep up with it all.
I know. They did have a post today for Cinco de Mayo. That's all I see.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't see it here. I don't know. I'll have to see. If I find it, I'll post it on the Facebook page or something. But I know I saw it earlier. But anyway, yeah, they were releasing it basically as the freshest release they've ever done on it. So it's the West 6 IPA, but it's called, we call it the One Day IPA.
Yeah, I was gonna say one day. Yeah, it's pretty damn fresh.
And the West 6 IPA is kind of like that daily drinker for a lot of people in Kentucky as well. People do enjoy that. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. No, that's not it.
Yeah, they do some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, they got a spot actually up there on Newport Levee now that I think has done well for them too.
Another one here. It's nice. It's probably one of our favorite stops to go to. Just the setting is cool.
Let me see. No. Let me go. Let me sort this by date. Actually, maybe that'll help. Most recent or past week. They're having a beer cheese competition in Lexington.
A beer cheese competition?
Yeah, annual beer cheese. It's for Lexington Craft Beer Week. They got upcoming. Make some good beer cheese.
When is that? Is that the date?
Let me see here. The date for this one. May 6th through 15th, with more than 45 events around Lexington.
Okay.
So this weekend,
yeah,
next week, basically. Yeah.
I was thinking Lexington's only about, I don't know, 80 miles from here, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, Country Boy Brewing beer cheese contest as well. They got a thing at lexbeerscene.com with a list of the different events and stuff. So, yeah, you guys want to go over there and do something? It definitely
interesting.
Has some of that. And Country Boys teaming up with West 6 to release their 10th annual collab beer called Country Western. Actually, got released yesterday at 5 p.m. at both breweries.
Oh, nice.
There's two good breweries coming together. Country Boy does some good stuff. Dude, that habanero one they got, nacho bait.
Yeah.
Solid. but you get a little kick with it.
Yeah. It lets you know there's a little something going on in there.
Yeah. So let's see here. Well, let me go ahead and do this. So salute to all you guys out there. Cinco de Mayo. Gonna knock this out. Where's Skip? Skip's always like, how come you guys don't do a shot or whatever? Well, Skip, I'm doing a shot to kill it. You son of a bitch here for
There you go.
Cinco
And
de
he's
Mayo.
missing it.
Yeah, this is for you, Skip. Skip's up in Canada as well. Yeah. Tequila is fine when it's like the only liquor being involved for most of the moments. But when it's a group party going on, that's the one like starting shit. That's the one that's the one that tries to rush people like Dave Chappelle on stage. You know what I mean? He's trying to Will Smith smack somebody in the party.
That's the fight starter for sure.
It's like Tequila, you just sit your ass down. Speaking of that, how crazy was that with the video of the guy going at Dave Chappelle? Did you ever see that?
I did see that.
He did come out today though and said he had a podcast that he was talking about. He was joking. They're like, because he basically, when it happened and stuff, like the security guards caught the guy and they were beating the shit out of him. But he was joking around saying like Busta Rhymes was there and like Jamie Foxx and a bunch of. He's like, oh, none of them really actually hit him or that. Everything security had under control, but. You know, it was funny because I was on the thread on Facebook just dropping like Busta Rhymes lines on a thread, like I guess he had them all in check. You know, he put his hands where his eyes could see. You know, I'm just going but I saw
that's a lot of hoops to jump through to try to get some recognition out there.
But I mean, I saw that the police aren't going to now charge with a felony or anything. It's going to be like a misdemeanor or something, or the DA is not going to charge felony. And people are questioning that. But then people are like, well, how do you get in there with the knife anyway? You know, with security and stuff like that. Then people are like, was it possibly something set up or whatever? Because at the end, Chris Rock had a joke saying, was that Will Smith? Like, I don't know if you saw that on the video or not, but he came up at the end saying that. So,
that does kind of make you wonder if it wasn't like a staged thing or something.
It's like, how did he get in there to pull that off anyway? So, I don't know.
Right.
But they showed him in a gurney. He was all busted up, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, like if he was just trying to get some publicity, you know, drawing some eyes or something, it's like, yeah, he kind of went the wrong way on that. I think it's like, was it worth all that? I don't know.
This ain't the Oscars. We're gonna hit back, so
yeah. I'm gonna grab me another beer real quick.
All right, let me get some more of the comments. I'm gonna scroll down. We called the suitcases back in the day. Big Daddy, yes, trends it is. Great beer. Yeah, it's a Modelo Negro. It's a decent beer, you know. You can't always relate every beer versus every beer. Like, you're not going to put that up against, like, some of the craft beer. But for what it is and that style and to sit back and enjoy a refreshing type beer, Modelo Negro does fine. Canadian franchise Lone Star Southwestern restaurants. Special Negro on tap. We have we have Lone Star, but it's Lone Star Steaks that we have or whatever, steakhouses, steak restaurant. I mean, I don't know if I call it Lone Star Steakhouse. I mean, technically, I guess it is, but it's like really, it's like what 2 steps up from Ponderosa. You're not putting on the same level as a Ruth Chris, so
you're right,
or Morton's. So I'm like, I don't know if I go full. I mean, the steaks are being served, but it's not. I mean, it's right there, probably with Texas Roadhouse. You know, although Texas Roadhouse has the rolls, so I'm going to kind of put that a little higher because you got the good rolls at Texas Roadhouse. You can just be there waiting for your food. You don't even mind because they bring you the rolls. Like they can be slow as Popeyes, and you're okay because you have
peanuts,
the rolls and the peanuts. So you're just like, oh wait, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I understand. Blah blah blah. You know.
Then by the time your food comes, you're like, can I have a box? Because I'm full from all the rolls I ate.
Yeah, they bring you like your rolls. They're like, more rolls, and you're like, I can get more rolls. Like, yeah, how much are they? Oh, they're all free. They're all complimentary. Sure. Like next thing you know, you'll eat like 5 or 6 rolls, and it's just like, yeah, like you said, you get full from them. Probably the two worst bread places: Texas Roadhouse, Red Lobster.
Oh yeah.
And
For sure.
I'll throw Charlie's in there too, because Charlie has some pretty decent rolls. But those cheddar biscuits, if they leave you alone, you just keep eating those the whole time. You forget what you even ordered. You just be
Right?
happy to have the cheddar biscuits.
Like, are you going to order? Like, nah, I just have the biscuits and give me a drink. I'll have a beer.
It's a perfect place for a cheap date, you know?
And no kidding.
Get the salad and you'll have biscuits for the rest of your meal. We're keeping it low budget.
I know a lot of people. Well, not a lot, but I know some people that will go there and they'll just ask for a box, and then they get like a whole nother thing of like the biscuits, cheddar biscuits, and they try to take them all home with them. I don't know. I guess they get out there. I don't know if they even make it out the door with it or not. But
well, you know, once they hit the table, if you don't take them, you have to throw them away anyway. So
right, yeah, I don't understand why not either. But
yeah.
It's like you already got them, so why not, you know?
Yeah. It's like everybody leaves with a plate when they go. So it's like going to a barbecue in the summer. Let me fix you a little plate to take home. Sipping a half acre Vallejo, awesome as well. Yeah, you're not gonna be upset with half acre. They're sort of the same franchise, but we got a Lone Star Texas barbecue restaurant here in Ottawa too. So I think the Lone Star that you got might be the one that we have as well, Middle Fruit, because that's like the stuff that we get, like a barbecue or steak there. Most people get steak. And we got Longhorn as well. You like Longhorn? You like Longhorn better than Lone Star?
To be honest with you, I've never had Lone Star.
Okay.
I've had Longhorns. I do like Longhorns. They got pretty good.
Yeah, I think Longhorn is better than Lone Star, but yeah.
They have good bread also.
Yeah, true.
Longhorn does. I've never had the. Let's see. There's another one they just opened up around here. Damn, I can't think of the name of it. I don't know if it's a national brand. I'm assuming it's nationwide also. I can't think of it. I have to ask Shannon what the hell the name of it is. No. Haven't been to it yet, but damn. Next time I get up, I'll have to ask her if she's still awake.
I did find out down the street we have a Brazilian steakhouse that I didn't know about. So,
nice.
I have to venture in there at some point. Those things you got to prepare yourself for if you go to a Brazilian steakhouse, because it's like you want to get the good cuts that you're going to get. You want to prepare yourself to be able to eat. And I don't know, for me, get my money's worth of actually going, because you fill up on the wrong stuff and you're like, oh man, I missed that, because you can't take anything out with you. It's all got to be in house. So
that's what I've heard. When they first come around, they always want to give you the cheap stuff first. Right. So you just keep passing on it until they bring out the good stuff.
Yeah, they'll bring you like the top round, and they'll bring you. It's like, nope. And then they come out the filet mignon, and they come out with the prime rib, and they come out with all this other stuff. You're like, now we're ready to flip the card. You gotta know how to do it.
We've got one here, but we've never been yet. Yeah. I want to go though, but it's like definitely get the meat sweats going to one of those.
Well, we had the one in Cincinnati, and they had like a huge salad bar, which was a phenomenal salad bar. But on the salad bar, you also had some warm type stuff, like a special type of lasagna, some other stuff that you wanted to try as well. But it was like, that's how they get you in. They want you to get this other stuff, and then you're too full for the good stuff when it comes around. So it's like going to a beer festival. You got to know what to lock down when you go.
Right.
You'd be thrown off course, and it'll be like, I don't know what happened. I got confused. Now I'm full.
I think that restaurant I was thinking of, I think it's called Cattleman's.
Cattleman's, okay. Well, that would be a beef place, it says. So thinking of Cattleman.
Yeah. So I don't know if those are nationwide or if it's just kind of.
I haven't heard of one of them before.
I was gonna say, do you remember seeing any when you lived in Kentucky?
No.
Double D.
Double D in the house with a rod, a Todd. Nope, Mexican beer. Forgot it was Cinco de Mayo. I don't need a special day to drink. I hear you. Drinking 7 Saturdays IPA. Todd, I played 9 holes before work in 1 hour. 8 to 9 time. He was on fire. Man, 1 hour, you were on fire.
That's doable though if you're by yourself and you get enough people that'll let you go
there's nobody-
through,
or not ahead of you, if you go
or
for
not
a
ahead
time,
of you. Yeah. Because actually, I remember one year we went to Gulf Shores, not Gulf Shores, but
Orange Beach.
no, in Alabama.
That is Gulf Shores.
Right, it is Gulf Shores, isn't it? Yeah.
Towards Alabama, yeah.
I was thinking South Carolina. Yeah, I went to Gulf Shores and played. Got up in the morning, played 18. I was the first one on the course. I was the only one on the course, and I had to wait for nobody. I got done like an hour and a half playing 18.
Oh shoot! Wow.
And I got back into the clubhouse, and they still hadn't had another tee off yet. And the guy goes, "You're done already?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Hell, you should have taken more time and hit 2-3 balls each hole." And I'm like, it was like 7:00 in the morning. I was like, "No, it's too freaking hot out here already." It was like I was sweating my ass off. It was like humid. I was like, "Good Lord!" And I was like, "I'm done."
Yeah.
Flies were bad. I was like, "No, I just want to go. I don't want to play no more." That was the only time. That was the only time I played. I was like, "I'm not. I'm done. I'm out."
Gulf Shores, Alabama, in the middle of summer. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
that. I can see that. Oh, so I'm gonna freeze to travel to Ottawa for the fajitas. Also, I guess it was the same one then. It's also started in the 80s by former Rough Riders football player Val Belcher from Texas. So this was at Saskatchewan Rough Riders from the CFL. Tex-Mex is solid there and won't make sick like Chi-Chi's. I used to like some Chi-Chi's back in the day, though. That was a fun little restaurant and everything like that. But then I guess some spots did have their issues.
I feel like everybody went to Chi-Chi's just for the fried ice cream.
The fried ice cream. We get good margaritas there. I mean, that's why you
The margaritas, yeah. You still can get that. And the salsa, I guess, maybe.
Yeah. When I used to sell back in the day, like in the late 90s, when I was selling on the financial side of things, we had a Chi-Chi's up from our plaza. So we'd be like, "Oh, we're going to Chi-Chi's for lunch." It'd be like a Friday afternoon or whatever. They're like, "Oh, you're not coming back, are you guys?" Like, "No, we'll be back." It was like me and a couple other guys like that. We get up there for lunch, and it's like, "Oh, we'll have margaritas like that and everything." It's just like, yeah, we're not going to really go back to work, are we? So we come back down. They're like, "Oh, you guys came back to get our bags. We're going back up to Chi-Chi's."
Yeah, we're not coming back.
We're not coming back to work. We just got to get our stuff.
See, this says that reminds me that at the Beer Fest they did have a food truck. It was a Ruth Chris food truck. How crazy is that?
That is crazy, yeah.
I was like, dang, that's kind of bougie for having a top notch steakhouse for a food truck.
You said Morton makes Ruth Chris a Roadhouse. I mean, Ruth Chris Morton's is good. Ruth Chris is decent. I feel like both of them, you're definitely going to pay up for the stuff you're getting there, but I feel like Morton's is ahead of Ruth Chris in that regard. But where I was at, Cincinnati, and Ty, because you got done in Louisville, Jeff Ruby's is a nice steakhouse, the stuff that he does. Yeah. You get some steaks that can compete there with Morton's and stuff too. So,
and I gotta say, I've never been to any of those places.
You never been to Jeff Ruby's? Wow, you should. You guys should go for like your anniversary dinner or something upcoming.
Because neither one of us
like steak.
No, we love steak, but it's like I have a hard time paying that much money for just something to eat. And she does too now, though. She's like, yeah. I don't, because after I started fixing her steak, she's like, I'd rather just have your steak before paying $70 for somebody else's. I was like,
oh yeah, okay. She wants your steak, Todd.
That's possible. I mean, that's possible.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on that and everything. But we go there once in a blue moon as a special case. Like we went for one of our big anniversary things.
But you're right. I'd agree. I mean, for something like that, you should probably go check it out. But we never have. Never have.
And let's see. Don't like the buffet steak format. Pick your overcooked steak, cold potato, fix it. Are we talking about freaking, what is it?
The Golden Corral? Yeah. Don't bring up the crab leg night. That's when you get the football pads and the helmets. Got to get those out and stand in line.
Sitting in Golden Corral. I wonder if we could put these nuggets in a chocolate fountain. What it'll taste like. Everything hits the chocolate fountain with freaking Golden Corral. It's like, cut it out. Texas to Brazil, badass. So Big Daddy. Yeah. So I don't know what the name of the places we have here in Baltimore, but it was just down the street from us, about 5 minutes. So may have to check that out. But the one in Cincinnati, Bueno Bronze, that one I closed down. They just couldn't keep up the business there. It closed down even before the COVID stuff hit. It was just, I felt like Cincinnati wasn't the market for it downtown. You know, Cincinnati's a weird downtown metropolitan city. So even now with the breweries and all that kind of stuff, you have to be like an OTR or be at the banks. If you're like middle downtown, you just don't get as much action.
Is that the is he talking about the Brazilian steakhouse?
Brazilian steakhouse, yeah.
The one we got here is called Brazerio's Louisville.
Yeah. Also salad bar, but it's a double-edged sword. Only so much room, better than food in town. Yeah, that's the thing. When you go to these places, like the salad bar is off the chain, and it's not just salad. They got a bunch of other stuff that looks really good and appealing. But if you're there for the Brazilian steakhouse, you're there for the meats, most likely. Both are different here and locally from Ottawa. Yeah. I kind of picked that up when you guys talking about it there, that it is a different one. Yes, Gulf Shores, Fort Walton, Destin, Dauphin Island. I spent many a summer day on the Redneck Riviera in my youth. It's hot. Yeah, because James was down from Louisiana, so.
Oh, yeah. Whew.
That is some hot zone.
I thought the humidity here in the summertime was bad until I played down there, and I was like, oh my God, this is 10 times worse.
Ottawa Rough Riders. Yeah. I thought it was Saskatchewan for whatever reason, but yeah. Yeah, you're right, Big Daddy. And it's funny you mentioned that because one of the friends I used to work with, her friend, she was Mexican. And she was dating a guy one time, and she was telling us they went to meet the family or that and everything. And they were asking if you ever had Mexican food. He's like, oh, yeah, we get Mexican all the time. But they were actually down in Mexico and whatever. And he's like, yeah, we got a Chi-Chi's we always go to. They all started laughing at him. And he didn't understand what's so funny or whatever. And they're like, you know what Chi-Chi's even means? And it's like, what? It means titties. And so basically, you went to the Mexican version of Hooters.
I think, isn't it Tata's also?
Tata's, yeah.
So when we worked at UPS, this is way back. This is before, may have been when Shannon and I just started dating. Since where we met at, we used to have a forklift driver. He used to drive around, and he'd always holler at her, "Hey, Tata's," and she had no idea what that meant. And I was like, "You know what that means, right?" She's like, "No." I was like, "It means titties." She's like, "Oh my God, no wonder." Yeah, she's like, "What the hell?"
Shit, nowadays you end up in litigation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the guy would have been out of early retirement. Fried ice cream, I can forget. Yeah, the fried ice cream was pretty popular at Chi-Chi's. I used to like one of their burritos. They used to have on their steak burritos. I play early, and if the course doesn't have a lot of shade, it can be brutal. I wake up 6 a.m. to get tea times 2 weeks out. 7:30 to 8:30 is my cutoff. Let those cheap bastards play 12 noon. Yeah. Interesting fact, Ruth bought a successful steakhouse called Chris's. They said she had to change the name, so she called it Ruth's Chris. Well, there you go.
Ah.
Yeah, I know about Ruth Ferrero being from New Orleans. She was a chama. Back when I used to follow sports, the pregame fun was Belcher Burgers, pulled beef. When he retired, he opened his restos. Since I've been on statin drugs ever since. Yeah. You picked up an affinity then for the pulled beef. And we have this thing here in Baltimore called pit beef. That's supposed to be really popular. It's a different way they do the beef. I haven't had it yet, though. Sam, part of my... Go ahead.
I was going to say, all this food and steak talk's making me hungry.
Sam said, part of my Aussie ignorance. So when I heard you Americans talk about Cinco de Mayo, I wasn't really familiar with it. I got confused. It was the same day that they celebrate in that Seinfeld episode. Yeah. Yeah. Cinco de Mayo here in the States. So May 5th. We celebrate it probably more than they do in Mexico because in Mexico, it's not really as big a holiday unless you're down in Pueblo where they had the battle where they beat the French. And that's what the Cinco de Mayo is really celebrating. But here, Americans, hey, a chance to drink and eat and have fun. So they ran with it. That's what happens. Missed those strip malls with the Chi-Chi's right next to the Hooters and across the road from the Fuddruckers. Yeah, we didn't even have when I moved right before I moved from Cincinnati years ago. We used to have a Fuddruckers that went away as well. So we didn't have a Fuddruckers. The Chi-Chi's had closed out. Hooters is still there. I do have a Hooters here on the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. I've never been a fan of Hooters food though. So
Yeah,
really go there. Yeah,
it's okay.
not that many people go there for the food, I guess. But I mean,
Yeah, probably not. I've never had Fuddruckers, but I always heard they had like good. It's more like a burger place, right?
Yeah, they had good burgers and stuff there.
Yeah. I think there's one south of Indianapolis on the way up. I'd say about 20 miles outside south of Indy, probably because I think we passed one, but I don't even know if it's open anymore or not.
Yeah. Puerto Rican Day actually in the Northeast is bigger. Like New York, they have parades and everything like that, and it's kind of like a heritage type day up there. I'm trying to think when I was in New Jersey, I don't think it's as much, but New York they have parades and all kinds of stuff because of the influx from Puerto Rico. But that's not as anywhere close with Cinco de Mayo is all over the country. The different areas will celebrate that. Let's go there in my new Hummer. Dan Sam is like me. I see him everywhere supporting all his peeps. Yeah, Sam's a good guy. Appreciate Sam as well. And appreciate this beer, I guess.
I guess.
I can get it. I'm almost Cinco de Mayo out, so I have to get a craft brew here in a second.
Yeah. You have to make up for the rest.
Yeah. Hooters, Chi-Chi's, and Fuddruckers. Who the hell comes up with these names? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But so getting back to the beer festival, because we didn't get back to that one. So you're going through the festival, and all of a sudden you come across the sign. Like, was it like you stop and look at the sign, and you're like, wait a second, like, did Shannon see it, or how did it?
Well, no, she didn't go. It was just me and her brother went up.
Okay.
So the tent was right next to 450 North tent, which sadly enough, I didn't even get one of their beers. I don't even know why, but I didn't. I was like, we left. I was like, what the hell? I forgot to go back and get in line at the 450 North because it was a long line to get in that one. But we just happened to walk over. It was like the last row of tents that we hadn't been to yet. So we walked over and they were like very last tent. Walked right up to it, and I was like, "Oh, look at that sign!" I was like, "Oh shit, I got to take a picture of that and send it to you." I was like, "They must have knew I was coming. They must have thought you were coming too. I guess I don't know."
And for those of you that haven't seen it, so on the community tab, there was a picture that I shared that Todd had put out there. It was from the event. Actually, I could probably pull that up here. Let me see here. It's kind of funny. But it's funny because it is an Indiana brewery, and we've had beers from there, which is kind of funny as well. So it's kind of like, I wonder. And get this up.
I don't even remember which brewery it was at now, though.
I think it was 18th Street.
Oh, it might have been. Now you say that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got the picture too at the.
Let's see here. Share screen. It seems my computer feels like it wants to work with me here.
I feel like the 18th Street tent was opposite of that though, but it could have been.
That's not strong. So Todd's out here. He's walking, and then see if it does it here. And voila. He ends up seeing this sign out there, and you see on tap Rod and Todd Kettle Sour. It's like, wait a second, that's kind of a weird name to have, Rod and Todd. Like, and I think, well, maybe they tried to pull it maybe from The Simpsons, although in the Todd, there's no D on the Simpsons character. And then I'm like, and we do beers. We've had beers from that brewery, and we've called that brewery out, and I've shared stuff with them. Wouldn't that be funny if they based it off of our thing there? So we don't know that's what happened. It's just funny that it was all of a sudden, here's Rod and Todd.
I pulled it up on Untappd just to see, and there are some. It's called Rod and Todd Flanders. Rod and Todd Flanders Ale. So, and then but they're all like sours. So that's kind of odd that they're all sours. So,
which the Flanders will make sense because of Ned Flanders.
That one could be. Chili Water, which they're up in Indianapolis. That one could be from Chili Water.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was Chili Water either. I feel like they're in a different spot too. I don't know. I should have paid more attention to who the damn brewery was.
Just one of those funny coincidences that takes place.
I know, yeah. Well, I saw the side, took a picture, and I didn't even think about anything else. I was just like, oh shit, I gotta take a picture of that. I think I sent it to Shannon, and then I sent it to you like instantly after I saw that. I was like, you ain't gonna believe what I just saw.
Oh, big day time. Cracking open Energy City peanut butter and jelly. Awesome. Grab it if you see it. Finally available at its local Benny's.
Oh, nice. Haven't seen that one.
To load up there. Got a handful of British European dudes I follow now, similar with Americans. Awesome. I'd like to get to Australia one day. Check out. There's so many places in the world I like to go to. It's just so tough. One of my, actually, my wife, she was telling me one of her people she works with just came back from a trip to Ireland. They said they weren't as happy on it. Like, it was like 10 days over there. Like, every day they were at a different place, hotel. It was like, I guess they didn't get to see as much as they wanted to see. But it's like, you got to see who you're set up to resort and stuff with, too, right? Because you end up getting some package that might not work out for you for what you want to do. But I would love to see Ireland. I think Ireland would be pretty cool just to be in Ireland in itself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
IPA. Although I think Spain is somewhere I'd like to try to hit. I think, if possible, next year, like a 2-week trip to Europe. Because you have to go for at least 2 weeks if you're doing that. That's
what I was going to say. You'd have to at least take 2 weeks for sure. Shit, just because of the flight over, it'd be almost a day.
Yeah, yeah. And then get there and train around at different spots.
And then, not to mention, like having to adjust to the time, it kind of has to throw you off a little bit for the first couple of days anyway.
What do you think about beer? It brings people together from all walks of life. Exactly, it does. It does.
It does.
Great conversation piece. You're permitted to call me my real name, Paul. A tad easy to remember. Maybe he wants to call you Middle Fruit. Maybe he imagines that name being a character from Lord of the Rings or something. He likes Middle Fruit. Which I'm surprised we haven't had the other Paul show up yet. Usually when one Paul,
I know.
The other Paul is.
Yeah.
When I see shit show Shannon Stout, it's called copyright infringement. Oh, they probably sell off the shelves too. 2 weeks for you to feel rushed, at least a month. A month would be
that'd be even better, yeah.
But most companies aren't going to give you a month off. So that's the only problem there. If I was retired, it'd be no problem.
Well, not only that, but like who can actually afford a month and just go blow a bunch of money?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a question on Twitter that I answered a few weeks ago. It was a question out there, like if a lot of people like it too, if you were able to retire anywhere or whatever, where would you go or something like that? Basically, my thing was Belgium. I still want to get to Belgium at some point. Like is there a country at the top of your list you would want to go to? Like if you just take off and go to do whatever. I mean, some people said here in the States, there are places in the States they wanted to go to, but for me, Belgium is like that pinnacle
Yeah. No, I mean, yes, there is a shit ton of places here that I've never been to and would love to go to.
Yeah.
There's just something about like going to another country to experience like how other countries kind of run and do things. You know what I mean? Like Belgium for sure. I mean, I don't know. There's parts of Germany I think I'd like to go to.
Hmm. Germany was pretty common for a lot of people too. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe like
Italy.
Switzerland and Italy. Yeah, Italy for sure. I don't know. I don't know. It'd be, I don't know. It'd be hard. It'd be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, even like Japan would be kind of cool to go to Japan. I mean, I'm like you,
Yeah.
Australia for sure. Australia would be.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny thing you said Japan. There was another question. There was a different one a few weeks back before the other one I had was they were asking if you go to any non-European country, what country would you actually go to? And I actually chose Japan because I would love to see not just the beer, but I would love to see the bourbon scene over there because Japan is known for the bourbons as well now.
Oh
So
yeah.
for a while, they used to have the biggest bourbon bar in Japan. So I'd be like curious to see the bourbon scene and the beer scene, plus just the whole lore and everything around Japan and the way they do things and the architecture and all kind of stuff are pretty cool. So
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of parts in Africa that'd be cool to go check out.
yeah. I had a lot of friends. I have friends that went to Ghana and really like Ghana and stuff when they went over there. Yeah. In fact, one of the artists I did on the Reaction channel, Lyrical Joe, he's from Ghana, and toured. I mean, they got a hip hop scene taking place over there too. So
Oh wow, that's cool.
yeah. But yeah, the Reaction channel's been going crazy as well. So I got to do some more stuff there too. Actually, I got another one that drops on that one tomorrow. But I'm trying to get everything back in circulation to the food channel. This week I dropped the Twinkie with the cotton candy filling. I don't know if you've seen that or if you had that. They came out with a Twinkie with cotton candy inside. Oh yeah. So,
I have not seen that one.
So I was like, you know what? Let's throw this up on the food channel. Have a little bit of fun with it.
So is it actually cotton candy inside of it, or is it the cream that tastes like cotton candy?
It's cotton candy cream flavoring type thing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So, yeah. Good choice of word. Interesting.
I feel like all these like products are coming out with so many variants of things, like especially like in like Mountain Dews and different type. Like there's all kinds of flavoring those things now.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, there's some different things out there, so I'm gonna try to do some more stuff like that on the food channel. Have a little more fun there. But Military said, as a brewer, I'd love to see Belgium as a person.
Oh, yeah.
A French province. Really wish I could speak the language. We really open more doors over there. Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, 8th grade, 9th grade, or 7th grade, 8th grade, whatever it was, I took French for a couple years. And that's a fun language. The problem is I didn't know any French people, so I didn't really get the chance to talk it as much anymore. But I can still read some of it. Like I did a thing. Swami had a thing on his channel when he was doing YouTube a few years back, and he held something up to the screen, and I was reading it. And he's like, "Wait a minute, you can read French?" I said, "I can read parts of it still, but I'm rough around the edges because it's been so long. But it's a great language to just sit back and enjoy." And I took Spanish for a couple years.
I took Spanish for 3 years.
I didn't really know any Spanish people, so it kind of fell off the same type of situation. I can still read some and kind of pick my way through stuff if I needed to. Like if I was lost in a country, I could probably figure out things enough to
get right
home or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I took it because I thought, well, it might be something I'd use more because there are in some of the towns close to us, like there's a big population of like Mexican descent people that live here. And I'm sure a lot of them probably aren't here. They're probably illegals, I'm sure, because a lot of them work like in construction or whatever. But I was like, I just want to learn some of the Spanish just to see if I'm standing in line and somebody's talking about me in Spanish and I can't understand what the hell they're saying. But that was too long ago. I was in high school, so I know a few things still, but not enough to know somebody's like, making fun of me or not.
Somebody said a certain bad word. Hey, I know what you're saying there. I don't appreciate
yeah. I don't know the rest of it, but I know that word, and I know it's probably not good. So
reminds me of the episode of we talked about Seinfeld was mentioned earlier. There was an episode of Seinfeld where Elaine was going to the nail parlors, and the Korean women would always look at her and say stuff and then laugh or whatever. So she brought George's dad in, who knew Korea from being in the Korean War as a spy or whatever, and he's deciphering stuff. And he's like catching them on things, and he's saying stuff back to him, and they're like, "Wait, you know Korean?" And he's like, "It's hilarious the way he like comes back at. And they're like, you don't come here anymore for nails. You're done. You don't come here." He gets kicked out of the nail
It's
salon.
funny you said that because I was going to say the same thing. Like my mom goes and gets her nails done all the time.
I almost spit out some beer there.
So she'll take our daughter and then she'll take our niece too to get her nails done or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she said they'll be sitting there and all of a sudden they'll start laughing. And she's like, I don't even know what they're saying, but I wish. She's like, I know they're saying something about us or sitting there or whatever, and they just start laughing. She's like, it's funny that she said it because I was going to say the same thing.
So sad. I want to go to Bamberg, Germany, and drink down dry of rock beer. Yeah, I would love to do that. I'm with you on that, Sam. That's one of my styles I've really come to enjoy a lot of. Anything that has X and Curl on it is like get in the cart. I just pick it up. It's just haven't had that one. Let's go ahead and get it. You know, I love some rock beer. With Bamberg, Germany, get that one. So happy I requested Germany when I joined the army. Really want to go back. Loved it. 2 years wasn't enough. So Big Daddy got a chance to experience some of that over there as well.
That's where Shannon's brother was stationed at for probably 2 years. Was over in Germany. That's why he loves like the German style beers.
Yeah,
so much because he started drinking over there, and that's pretty much all he wants to drink over here is like the Heffies and the different types of German style beers.
Yeah, I have all my friends that I've had that have been over in Germany really talk about how good it was. And I mean, I remember like, you read history, like after World War II, a lot of the soldiers went back to Germany because they had relationships and stuff there that built up. They loved it more than being here in the States.
He still has a good German friend that lives there. He stays in touch with from time to time. And that's been 35 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
So I thought that's pretty cool. It's like all those times gone past, and he's still keep in touch.
Yeah.
Talk.
Military says, speaking of Swami, don't know what happened to him. We didn't know at first, but he grew. Yeah, Swami's still around. He'll still pop in once in a while. He doesn't do really YouTube as much now. He does stuff with the motorcycle thing. Actually, either this week or next week, he's coming to the States to do his annual motorcycle ride through. So he's still doing good, though. He's actually working for one of the key breweries now in Canada. So he left the bartending to do that. But things are going well on his end. He's happy.
I feel like Swami probably didn't hit it off at first with a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He had a tendency to rub people the wrong way.
Well, no, that's what I meant. Like, I like Swami, but I know what he means because the first time it was like, I don't, just kind of like.
Well, for Swami, everybody's a roast. So, and some people don't like being roasted as much as Swami likes to roast people. He just loves to roast people. That's just his personality and the fun. But he means no harm by it or whatever. He's just having fun with people. So But I had 8 years of Spanish. My wife is still my translator. That's because once you find out to ask about how you can find the golf course, nothing else matters. So.
That's right.
But yeah, learning the language, it's funny because learning the language, I think, is a good thing. And it's funny because we have people that come to America from other countries that have learned languages, and like you'll meet people, they know 3, 4, 5 languages. And it's like you hear people in America speak different languages, and then some people will be like complaining or get upset with those people, or they'll make, speak only English. But like really, like you realize what you're saying is kind of just limiting yourself and your own thought process. Like who's bothered that other people can speak more multi-language? I mean, that's a great sign of intelligence, and you complain is really a sign of lack of intelligence. You know what I mean? So I was like,
and the majority of the ones that can speak more than one language aren't Americans. No. They aren't Americans.
Well, even the ones that complain about them speaking more than one language, a lot of those people complaining have trouble speaking the one language they do have. So, just saying.
True.
But I think it's a great talent where you can do the various different languages and stuff. So, I wish I would have kept up. Well, I actually have a language program here because I want to reteach myself French and Spanish. Just haven't gotten around to doing it, but it's fun. It's it's another way for you to increase your brain activity, and to keep moving forward.
But with like Google Translate, you almost don't even have to know like another language.
Yeah, Google Translate. I mean, you could type it in. I mean, if you're doing emails with people in languages, it works great to be able to do. Like, I've had comments from other people in other countries. I've taken a comment, I cut and paste in Google Translate, it gives it to me back. I respond to it, and it puts it back into their language, and I put it back. And we have these conversations going back and forth because of that. I mean, it's almost like Star Trek again with the uniform decoder. Like, everything that happens comes from Star Trek at some point. I don't know if you know that or not, but it seems like Star Trek's always ahead of the game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the flip phone, the little horror thing became our Bluetooth. They're always doing different things on Star Trek, and we look back like, wait a minute, they had that on Star Trek. Like,
it's kind of like The Simpsons predicting the future.
Yeah, I think Gene Roddenberry went to the future and came back.
But I remember the job I had before COVID. I took care of our shipping, and we had a lot of like trucks that come in, and most of the time the guys were foreign and didn't speak any English, and that's how they would translate with somebody. They would just say what they in their language,
Right,
and then they just show it, and it was like, oh, that was the first time I really experienced like Google Translate actually using it.
Yeah,
and I was like, this is perfect because I just speak into it in whatever language. I forget. I don't know if he was Polish. I don't remember where he was from, but he wasn't American and didn't speak a lick of English.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I had to go get a prescription earlier today at CVS, and I was waiting there in the pharmacist, and then we had a guy come in, and he was Spanish, and he didn't speak much English, and the pharmacist asked Espanol, and the guy not. And so she typed in what she was going to ask him on her phone, and it held it up, so it showed his language. And then he typed on his phone and held it up, so it showed in our language.
Yeah.
So it's common for that kind of stuff to happen there.
It's like that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So that's how they communicated. The problem with Swami is being from Montreal. Well, he can't fix that apparently. So yeah, he is from Montreal. Let's see here. And I didn't even drink beer until I went to Germany. My roommates would play rap 24/7, and I started drinking so I could fall asleep. True story.
That's right. Because I think we talked about that one night with Big Daddy, referring to Shannon's brother, where he stayed at in Germany over there.
Here. Headset went out. Hold on. I can't hear anything right now. Give me
testing.
Oh, no, I got you. Good. Weird.
All right.
Go ahead.
Oh. No, I was gonna say I think one night we talked about that with Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Shannon's, when Shannon's brother was stationed in Germany, I feel like they was kind of in the same location or same spot or close.
Oh yeah. I think we
where they stayed. Do you remember? Yeah, it's been a while back, but
you can translate. Yeah, just put a cheat sheet. Did you put English to Mexican?
They're like, you dumbass. It's the same thing.
I know for Mexican people, they say it's not the same. All right, let me grab another beer here. Are you gonna grab another beer? Let me grab another beer.
Almost done, but I will here. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Double D something, and since I can't read him anyway, he can message back while you're gone. Double D, what is the best golf course that you can think of that you've played at, either around you or traveled to? I'd say for me, it was probably, and the name of the course slips my mind, but it was in Myrtle Beach for sure, in South Carolina. But I can't remember if it was a designed course or if it was a Nicklaus design course. I can't remember offhand. But
what did you ask him?
No, I was asking Double D what was the best course that he's ever played at.
Yeah,
that he knows offhand.
Paul, whereabouts in Canada are you from? And on there, another Laura Bruin Lady Friend West Coast IPA. I subbed to Swami Two Wheels down. YouTube channel year ago seems to have disappeared. So I thought so. Yeah, I think he took it down. I don't think he's really on YouTube as much now. So this is all good. But the beer that I grabbed, I've not had this beer yet. Although Big Daddy may have had it, because I think I did send you one of these, Big Daddy. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. This is going to be the chocolate peanut butter. Say what? Cookie dough stout. Yeah, chocolate peanut
You
butter.
can send one of those my way. Just saying.
Oh. So this is keep cold and drink fresh. It says on the can. This is from Imprint Brewery. Dewey Beer Co. Is it Imprint and Dewey? I think it might be a collab. 11% ABV. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack this open there out of Harbison, Delaware. Harbison, Delaware, home of our current president. Said, look, folks, I got a beer for you. You ever try to play Look Folks drinking game when Joe Biden's giving a conference? Good luck, because you will
you'd fall off your chair at about 5 minutes in.
You'd be lit every time he had to say look or folks. Oh my God. Woo. Or he says, in my day.
I mean,
this is what it meant when something happened. I was like, Joe, you got me drunk, son.
George Bush was a terrible speaker, but Biden takes the cake, I think.
Bush was almost fun to watch just because you didn't know what he's going to say coming out.
Well, you always forget what he was going to say, but Joe just seems like he doesn't even have a clue what he's going to say. He just like forgets and then turns around and does what I don't know. He's just like, whatever.
It's like in the words he couldn't pronounce and stuff. But I still think of W being funny, like in some of the stuff he did or whatever. He's like that. I still remember like that debate or whatever. They were talking about him owning like a lumber thing or whatever. It's like, oh, what's like? He's like, you want some wood? Like, he's just like, he pops stuff that pops out. Like, he just knows how to deliver a good punch. Like if you were, even though he doesn't drink anymore, if you did have to drink with the president and you were looking for a fun time, I feel like W would be the one. That would be the life of the party. Lampshade on the head.
Oh yeah.
We're about to rock and roll and tear this son of a bitch up. So I feel like that would be W as the partying president. Now, I feel like Obama, you could probably sit back and have a nice little bit of a drag on some weed and get a little philosophical with, have a good time there. But then, I don't know. If I had to choose a president to actually party with, I mean, Clinton would break out the sax and
other things.
who knows what could happen? I mean, you end up getting stuff on you didn't expect to have. I mean, it's just, But then if you were with JFK, history says, he had some pretty good parties, I'm sure, too. He was definitely out there hitting the clubs or whatever, somehow.
Yeah, that'd be tough. I feel like
It's like you choose one president you had to party with. Who would it be?
I mean, who's to say George Washington wouldn't been? He was kind of like doing his own beers and shit back then, or liquors or whatever. Lying about chopping down the cherry tree, he might have been fun to hang out with too.
He sounds fun, except the time he was president would have been a good time for me.
Well, no. Yeah. I said like fast forward 100 years or whatever, and then
I'd be like the black guys in Caddyshack. Oh, you're very funny, motherfucker. Yeah. It wouldn't be as good as a time for me.
That's true. That's true.
My choices are limited. Oh yeah, but came out with a nice head, but the head's dissolved now. Ooh, get the nice peanut butter on the nose. Peanut butter. Hey, Big Daddy, did I send you this one? If I did, let me know. And if you had it, let me know as well what you thought of it. Don't tell me anything too crazy because I haven't done a review on it yet. I'm just broken out because I need a beer right now. It might be a little too cold right now, though. Ooh. But you do get a nice little sweetness coming in. You get a nice little feel of a dessert pastry type stout. Pick up a little bit of that cookie dough type feel to it. That peanut butter is definitely pronounced in the beer, though.
Who was that one from?
Nice feel of the chocolate on the background. It is from Dewey Beer Company and Imprint Brewery. So a collab between the two.
Oh, that's what I just had was the Imprint Beer Company.
What? That's right. Yeah, Imprint.
Yeah. Out of Pennsylvania.
Imprint's making a mark, pardon the pun.
Well, that's awesome.
A little bit of a stickiness. So I can see it this being, I got this in a 4-pack. You wouldn't do a 4-pack of these. I see where it'd be too sweet. You would want to break it up a routine or something. But it's definitely more of a dessert after dinner type of peel. 11% ABV. You're kind of having this usually in a snifter, sitting back, relaxing, enjoying it, taking it in. But get a nice feel of the chocolate, especially in the throat area.
Would it pair good with a cigar sitting out back?
I feel like this one would not be one I would want to put with a cigar because
Too
it's
sweet?
too sweet on it and everything.
Yeah.
If I was going to pair it with something, might be able to pair it if I had like a piece of like chocolate peanut butter pie or something like that.
Oh, there you go.
I would definitely let this one sit out longer than what I actually did here, just to open it up a little bit more on the flavoring. I feel like this one coming out in my cooler, it comes out at about 39 degrees. And I feel like this is something at 50 where you have that nice warming effect that'll actually bring out more of those tones and everything. But it's still decent.
So
I will say it's a little thinner than I expected it to be. Shout out to PA Brew News.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
I would expect to have a little bit more thickness to it at 11%, but get a little bit of a syrupy type feel coming through it.
Is the peanut butter flavor in it is a generic, like the, you know what I mean? Like some of them, you get kind of a generic feel to it.
I feel like with this one, I'm getting some of the artificialness coming through on this one here.
Yeah.
But
that's always my problem with like a lot of the peanut butter stuff. It's like they smell so good on the nose, but then you taste it and you're like, yeah, it's kind of like the protein whey, peanut butter whey or whatever it's called, you know, the shake stuff that you get, which I know they use a lot of, but
the peanut butter I'm getting coming out here is very similar to like when I used to lift weights, the protein bar. You get kind of that peanut butter type feel of a protein bar. Yeah.
Kind of chalky,
sort
of. Yeah.
My man. Yeah. So that's what you're kind of picking up on that. So
okay,
not overly terrible, but definitely less. I mean, it's almost like now peanut butter beers are so popular. You know, you're being stacked against other peanut butter type beers, and this one, a tasty beer, but you definitely get that artificial type flow. So,
but I feel like just because it says peanut butter, you're gonna sell them just because it says peanut butter. Like I'll buy them.
Yeah,
I almost get them now with the expectation that I'm gonna be disappointed in them. But also, the other part of me is like, oh, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the good one. This will be the peanut butter I'm looking for. And then you're always like, yeah, okay, it's good, but it's not what I was looking for. But most of the time, they are usually decent. At least you know.
Well, I also say like with a lot of peanut butter stuff. I mean, we're still in the span of beers, still becoming accustomed to that being in beers. You know, Sweet Baby Jesus was what, like 4, 5, 6 years ago. It wasn't out there for a long time. And that was one of the first ones that really got people turned to peanut butter type beers, I think. And now we're seeing it more and more. So in the span of things, peanut butter is still kind of in that toddler type stage versus other stuff that we're used to having in beer. So I think we're still working our way through it, and some hit more than others. I mean, I think if this one had more of a thickness to the back of it, then I think the peanut butter wouldn't stand out as much. So, I mean, it would stand out, you would get it, but it wouldn't be like as artificial feeling. I feel like if it had more than the thinness I'm getting through it, it would be better.
You know who I feel like could make a good peanut butter stout? And maybe they have, but I've not seen one. Is Sagatuck.
Yeah,
If they could do a peanut butter one like their Neapolitan, it would be. I feel like it'd be amazing.
Well, I still need to do their blueberry maple pancake syrup one. I haven't done
Oh yeah,
all
you
the
know
times
what?
I saw it, I never picked it up.
I've never tried that one either. Right, I'm
Yeah.
the same way. Because I see it, I'm like, that seems awful. That sounds awful sweet, but I'm like, why have I not tried it? Because their Neapolitan is, I think, to me, still to this day, is like one of the few beers I've had where you can get like everything that they're going for, like to a T. And it hits you like at different notes. Like you taste it, you're like, okay, I get the chocolate. Oh, there's a vanilla. And then you're like, oh, there's a strawberry. You're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I just had the Neapolitan. It's like, this is fantastic.
Yeah, you get everything coming through. Like that's one of those beers that if I ever went to their brewery, I'd be like, I want to have a tour to see how you make this beer because I don't know how you're getting all these things to pop out at different times, and you get that great feel of it being like a Neapolitan ice cream bar.
We'll be up there in July. We're gonna go.
Are you? You should check it out. Yeah.
If I'll have to remember. If you can remember as we get closer, it's like July 9th through the 13th or something. We'll be up in Michigan on vacation.
Hey, if you ever want to shoot video for the channel, let me know and I'll reach out and see if I can get you set up at these places. So
okay.
Yeah, and just I got my ace reporter Todd in the house. He's gonna do
there you go.
Video, yeah.
So I know for sure we're going to Sagatuck and we're going to for the Dragon's Milk going there to, and then we're maybe going to, I don't know. We got a whole list of breweries that we're going to go try to hit.
Let me know when you're up there. Like I said, one of the cool breweries that I sent people to before was like Arbor Brewing was pretty cool, but Frankenmuth has a pretty cool brewery from the stuff that I got there too, and there's some different ones up there around that area. Just let me know, and if I know some people, I'll reach. I would love. I mean, one of the reasons I started the Beer Coalition on Facebook, and anybody that, if you're on Facebook, the Beer Coalition is where we have a lot of people that love beer together and stuff. Feel free to come on and join that kind of stuff. I would love to have a network. I would love to have like a beer network, like let's say like a CNN or something like that, everything, but just like network around the country of just different people plugged in to go to places and do beer stuff. That would be freaking awesome. Like if there was a network of beer tubers all working together. It's like, oh, I'm here from the BNN Beer News Network.
Oh yeah.
That'd be
that would
like
be
an
cool.
awesome type thing. So yeah. But if you want to check
New Holland was where I was thinking of Dragon's Milk, New Holland, because we're actually going to be staying in Holland. So that actually would be pretty close to us.
Yeah. One of their ones, I don't know if you ever had it. It's called The Poet. And that's actually a really good one too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I think they have that on draft there too as well.
And actually, I think while we're up there, I think one day Eric's going to come over and try to visit with us.
Nice. Are you guys going to try to go to Bell's or anything to get up there where they're at, or?
Nah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We're only going to be there for, let's see, going up Saturday, staying through Wednesday. So not super long. Yeah. We have to be back by Friday on that week for our daughter because she's got to go to a concert or something. So kind of threw a wrench in things of what we could do. But
one thing I got to decide this year is that each year the beer bloggers have a beer bloggers conference, and this year is actually in Asheville.
Oh,
and I'm debating on trying to get down there. I have to find out all the date stuff because I might have to be in New Jersey for my mom's birthday, but I'm not sure yet. But if not, that might be something I want to go to there to meet up with the different breweries and do some stuff like that and everything. And it's pretty cool because they put all the stuff to the side and everything, and you come in and you go through all the different things. You have the time with the breweries and find all the different Q&A type stuff, and they have special sessions, and it's pretty cool. And one of the guys, one of my friends that also runs the channel, Daddy Porter, he usually goes to that, I think. So try to see about connecting because I need to get to more of the different things like this. So, yeah.
So would that be a trip you'd go by yourself, or would Janice go with you?
I'd probably go by myself unless she wanted to go to just relax because it's Asheville, so you'd have like the cabins and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Right.
So it's 8 hours from here drive time, which is weird. Like I thought I'd be closer, but no, I'm actually a little bit further than where I would have been before. So I
Oh
guess
yeah, yeah.
the way
Okay.
you drive it through the hills and all that kind of stuff. So the conference has it each year. They flip from the east to the west. So one year it's on the east side, next year it's on the west, and it goes back and forth. So this year's on the east side, and Asheville's the place for it. I'm like, what better place than having it in Nashville?
Only reason why I was asking was like, that could be a weekend. I could maybe meet you there because it's only like 6 hours. I think it's like a 6 hour drive from here
Yeah.
to Asheville.
So I have to look into that for August to see about that. And then we have the Beer Palooza that Kyle's actually hosting this year. That's actually up in Albany, so I've got to look at that too. But that's only a 5 hour drive up there, and that's where No Hype is going to be there. Matt from Massive, Joe, Beer Patrol.
I'll say Joe would be there. Yeah.
The FX guys, Violent and them. Probably Nerd Sense will probably be there. So the last few years, that's something that Matt started from Massive, which is a cool thing. And I couldn't go last year because
that is cool. That is cool.
So you get 6 or 7 channel guys get together and have a big bottle share your reviews and stuff and shoot some great videos. So a lot of stuff happening.
I would like to go to that, even though I don't have a channel. But that would be fun. I would love to go to that.
So looking at that as well too. So it's a lot of stuff happening towards the end of the summer. But everything like in August right now, it's like kind of spread these things out here. So I will say next week, for those of you watching, if you're on Twitter, you follow me on Twitter, picked up another project. So I'll be teaming up with Daddy Porter and a few other guys. We're going to be launching a Twitter Spaces next Tuesday at 9:00 Eastern, talking about beer and stuff too. So I'll have stuff that I'll share here on the community tab about that. So it's a whole bunch of different things that are jumping off right now. And I still got some other people I need to get back on the beer show here to do some interviews with. So stay tuned for some good things coming more in 2022.
Nice.
DD said Kiawah Island Ocean Course. It was in the early 2000s. It was 175 at that time. That was the cheap noon tea time. Oh, wow. Well,
wow.
Country club, though. So, yeah. Well, I bet it was a pretty island, though. Sorry, Sam, I'm Canadian. Sorry, Sam, I'm Canadian. I read slow. I'm in the capital, Ottawa. Biden says, look, folks, far less than Trump lied. That might be. I'm just saying. Either one, you're getting hammered for sure, no matter what. So,
yeah.
You can make all kinds of fun drinking games watching the politicians speak.
Oh, and most of them, you'd be drunk in at least 15 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. That's on the long side of things, I think.
It's like going back to Seinfeld, an episode when they were doing the Master of My Own Domain, and within 2 minutes, Kramer's like, "I'm out." Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
It's already happened. Like, yeah. Rod and Todd, what are your favorite breweries within close proximity to where you are? Well, I know one of yours, obviously, is your Our Lady, because you're there a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're talking about atmosphere, that for sure. Beer-wise, probably not, but so it kind of depends, I think. Yeah. You're talking about beer for the beers or for the atmosphere?
Well, for me, because I just moved here in January, I don't have one yet because I'm still haven't been to a lot of the breweries. When I was in Cincinnati, Braxton, Streetside, Mantry, Rheingeist, Darkness, Listerman.
Oh, yeah.
Brinks, or Brink, I should say, not Brink. It's like Kroger. People say Kroger's, and it's like, no, it's Kroger. It's just Brink. It's not Brink.
Kroger.
It's Brink.
Kroger's.
No S.
We're going to Kroger's.
You sit there and Google like, Kroger. Like,
yeah, they know Kroger's. Yeah, right. Going to multiple. Actually, that kind of reminds me of a brewery here close. It used to be a Kroger. Mm-hmm. That's now a brewery. They transformed into a brewery.
Oh, that's interesting.
And it just opened 3 months ago. So Shannon and I went there probably a month ago, and it's awesome. Like it's really good.
Yeah.
Like that, like the outside they did like artificial turf. They have like a putting green and all kinds of things for the summer when it starts getting warm out. And their pizza looked fantastic.
Yeah.
I haven't had it yet, but I want to go back and try it. That just made me think of that. So anyway, go ahead. Sorry,
No, I was saying
didn't mean to interrupt you.
Any other favorite breweries you have?
Local, well, I mean, yeah, Our Lady, we love to go to. It's also closer. I mean, it's less than 5 miles from our house, but their beer is decent. Like, it's not bad.
Right.
But the atmosphere there is like, it's great. Like, it's a huge, like, warehouse type setting. It's almost kind of like for instance, you've been to Rheingeist, right?
Mm.
So it's like maybe a quarter of the size of Rheingeist. It's like just a big open warehouse where they have bands, they have cornhole, they have like pool, they have darts, they have all kinds of shit going on.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's big, especially. I mean, they just opened right before COVID hit, pretty much. So they made it through COVID, and it was like a great place to go because it was so big and everybody's like really spaced out. You know what I mean? So, but it's just close, and we can just get there and come back, and it's not a big deal. You know,
I feel like it's a bigger darkness that I took you and Joe and Eric to when we were up there, like in the garage, like a bigger.
That's probably a good comparison. Yeah, that's actually probably a good comparison. Yeah. So that's probably our favorite, just because it's close and we know all the people that go there, and you get to know people and whatever. And it's just a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I'd probably have to go over into Louisville. Like West 6 is one of our favorites to go to.
Do you ever go over to Against the Grain? Like, have they reopened that one, or? Yeah,
they have now. Against the Grain, it's good. I think it's kind of hit and miss on their beers, sort of.
Yeah.
Like, when you go to the actual brewery, like most breweries, they have a lot of stuff that they don't necessarily put in cans or whatever and just distribute. But the food it's like a smokehouse. So they have like ribs and a lot of smoked foods. And it's fantastic. The food is really good. I mean, their beers are good too. I don't always go there because it's also kind of depends on the season, because the brewery is inside of the Louisville Bats, which is the AAA team for the Cincinnati Reds. So they're actually at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have to go in the stadium to get there. They have an outside access to it, but it's in the stadium. But it's cool. It's cool. And they have another location kind of downtown Louisville also. I mean, the Against the Grain is downtown, but like more kind of like the traffic area of downtown. Let's see. The one I was just talking about, the Kroger Noble Funk, that one was pretty cool. It's only been open a handful of months, so it's got to be determined. Let's see. Gallant Fox is one of the better breweries in Louisville. It's a cool place.
Yeah.
And I like a lot Mile Wide. But they also kind of lean towards more of the IPAs, I think.
Yeah. But what about High Wire? Have you checked out the High Wires?
Oh, yeah. High Wire. Yeah, High Wire is cool. But I feel like they just, you get a lot of distribution from High Wire before they actually got here. But they're cool, though. They are pretty cool, though. That's good. Speaking
of High Wire, shout out to High Wire and Kinsey. She's actually going to be leaving High Wire now to go down to Austin, Texas.
Oh, wow.
BeerWorks. So she's taking over general manager down there. So congrats to her on her success. And, she announced that on Twitter earlier today. But
nice.
She was on the show here when we did the Gallant Fox thing. She left Gallant Fox, went to High Wire. Now she's off to Austin BeerWorks down to the Texas area. But
I didn't take advantage of either of those stops. Hey, you tried. That wasn't your fault. That was my fault.
I can only show you where the winner is. You got to.
I know. You're right. You're right. Totally right.
But looking forward to her doing some good things down there, and obviously, who I had on previously a few weeks ago, Amethyst Hills. She's down in Austin, so I'm sure they'll be sharing some good details on stuff. So she'll be covering that area.
That's cool. Good
I
for
was
her.
in Ramstein, Germany in the area mid 80s, single 20-year-old leaving off base and driving a 5 Series BMW. Kind of gonna take me away. You were having a good life, Dee Dee. We know, and now you're golfing like twice a week. Yeah, we know you're living a good life.
Yeah. Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in.
You looking to adopt anybody? Just let us know.
Right?
Yeah. I made it 2 days ago. Yummy shit. That's my review. Oh, you liked it. Nice. So,
yes.
Big Daddy did like the one that I'm actually drinking right now. And when I do the full review, I'm going to have this out a little bit longer so I get the real warm appeal to it. But this is the one that Big Daddy's references, which is the chocolate peanut butter cookie dough stout. So
is that
you liked it, homie?
Is that when you can get all the time, or is that
well, yeah,
seasonal
that's when I picked up local, so I don't know how often they make it, but it was on my local spot. So I got 2 good local spots now. So I got the one local spot that I talked about on some of the videos, which is Lighthouse here, where I get other half, not just in can, but also on tap. Yes. So that's awesome. I can get crowlers or growlers of that. I usually just get the crowler, which is awesome. But then I found another spot where they also get other half, which is nice too. But that's the spot where they're like, oh, you just want one of the 4? Just take it off. Just pull it off the thing and we'll charge you for the one.
I feel like it's about time for a beer swap here soon.
So I will be getting more beers from there too. So 2 good spots right now in Baltimore that I found.
But I definitely want to try that one if you can still get it.
That one again? Okay. And then I had I went over to what's that one big chain? Total Wine. Wasn't as impressed with some of their stuff, but now they're sending me stuff like, oh, you get $2 off of your 6-pack, or you get this or that. So I might come back in and try to see what you got there, I guess. But that's actually here as well.
Man, they're all over the place, ain't they?
Yeah. But it's been something. I haven't been to a few of the other beer stores I have on my list to check out, but I'm happy with the 2 that I do have right now. That's some really good stuff that I'll be sharing and providing more details on.
Now, those 2 in walking distance, or you got to drive to them?
No, I got to drive to both of those. The only thing I'm walking distance is like the corner type store downtown.
Right, yeah.
There is one in walking distance, so to speak, is about I'm going to say about a 15-minute walk, though. So I'm not going to probably walk down there and carry stuff to bring it back or whatever. I mean, if I wanted to walk down and get a nice mixed 6-pack of craft beer, I could do that or something. But, yeah, I wouldn't consider that to be like a walking distance, I think. Now, there are a couple other spots that I have on the next level down that I found where they have some good choices, but there's not as much as the other spots. So I'm getting lay of the land, and it's definitely starting to work out. Yeah. But it's definitely more. It's definitely costs more in Baltimore than it is Cincinnati to buy beer.
I bet.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Let my dogs in. I'm gonna grab another beer. Are we staying on for a little bit longer? Or?
Yeah, we're good. I'm
okay.
Do some comments here.
All right, be right back.
Let's see. The George Bush, he did white line. Yes, he did a good amount of white line, but he won't talk about it. But we all know he did some white lines in the past. Cue the Grandmaster Flash in the Furious 5. I went to party with Lincoln. I don't see Lincoln. It's like, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, they did everything to free the slaves, but at the same point, if he could have went the other way, he said himself, if we could keep slavery, he could do that too. So it's like Lincoln was an opportunist more than anything, and he still was against some of the mingling and stuff like that between races. So Lincoln is kind of like a bittersweet type person for me. I know, right, Paul? I didn't know either. I was surprised myself. First time I saw a mirror, like, wait a second. I was like Dave Chappelle, his character. I tried a few brews in Ontario here in Australia. JFK with Miss Monroe, of course, as a dress. I was going to say JFK, he was running with the Rat Pack. The Rat Pack had some pretty decent parties. Sammy, Dean, and them. So, I mean, JFK was a playboy in himself. So you probably, you do all right hanging on the coattails of JFK. I feel like if it was like Teddy Roosevelt or something, you'd end up in a bar fight somewhere. Because I feel like Teddy Roosevelt would have been like, he would have been a brawler as a president. Teddy Roosevelt would have been like, he said, "What about my mom?" Next thing you know, you're tumbling on the floor somewhere. So he would have been one. If you're going to hang out with him, you better be ready to knuckle up. So because Teddy Roosevelt would talk some shit, I'm sure. So that was a close one. I can see my rose singing "Happy Birthday" to me. Didi said. Yeah, apparently the Met Gala, Kim Kardashian wore the dress that Marilyn wore when she sang that, or a makeup of it, or something. I don't know. I don't understand like the whole Met Gala thing in itself. Why are people so into this whole like? So you're watching all these millionaires just dress up and go out there and do whatever. Like we got a war going on, we got inflation going on, the economy's doing shit, and you're like watching. Oh, I want to watch the Met Gala stuff. Like. Does that make you better on the day? Like, do you feel better after watching it? I don't know. I just don't. I'm like, who cares about the Met Gala?
I feel like it's just something to take your mind off of things, I think.
I guess, but I'd rather go
maybe. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
I'd rather go watch the Batman or something, which I still haven't watched yet, by the way.
Me either.
I got it recorded. I just haven't sat down. I still haven't watched the single Spider-Man movies. I need to watch those as well. But I did get caught up. I finished Snowfall. I don't know if I told you that. Snowfall. Oh my God.
Don't say that. I've got 2 episodes to go on it. I haven't finished the last 2 episodes yet.
Oh my God. The cliffhanger at Snowfall. It's like, are you kidding me?
Wow. Okay.
Are you kidding me? So now,
but I do know it's coming back for season 6. So
it's going to be a humdinger season 6. I can tell you that right now.
I got a feeling that's got to be the last season.
I'm like, yo, this is some crazy shit right here. And
I mean, this season's been kind of crazy anyway.
And I'm watching the Mayans. I got back into that, so I'm getting caught up on that now. But yeah, when I saw like this caught up on Snowfall, it was like, I went to new season and what next month? Peaky Blinders is back for season 6.
I gotta watch that one. I haven't even started that yet.
If there's a show that you could be so pumped up to watch, for me, it'd be Peaky Blinders. And the problem I have now is because, Siri and her eavesdropping ass all the time, when you talk around the phone, they start putting shit in there. It's like, I pull up my feed and it's like, oh, spoiler from season 6 or whatever. Like, in the UK, they're watching Peaky Blinders already. So they're trying to send me snippets because they hear me talking about Peaky Blinders.
Oh, and I'm
shit. Like, don't show me that. No. See that. Don't want to see it. So I'm looking forward to Peaky Blinders season 6, and that actually starts here in June. So if you're a Peaky Blinders fan, if you haven't checked out Peaky Blinders, you're missing one of the better shows actually done out there. I say that not watching like Game of Thrones, which people are like, you need to watch Game of Thrones. Well, I feel like that train has left the station. I feel like 2 trains have left the station for me. Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones. I could go back and watch them now, but I'm like, why? It's done. I'm like, I already know this stuff's over. So I don't like to watch shows where I know it's already over. Ozark, I haven't watched, and I was going to watch.
I was just going to say, we just started watching the second part of the last season. Just started this past week, so
yeah. So I'm debating. Ozark is kind of like, but it's on the last season. Do I watch it? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, you need to watch it.
Yeah. So, and then they have some other new shows that just started too. It's like, I don't have time to watch all the shows I actually plan to watch. So my recorder is always backed up with stuff. So
you need to watch Ozark just for the character Ruth that plays in that. She is like,
is she the blonde girl?
Yes, like the real curly hair. Yeah, she's like one of the best characters of any show ever. Like she's so good in that.
She was on The Americans and played good on The Americans as well. Yeah, so I know that actress. She's got some pretty good talent there.
Yeah, she is good.
But it's just like, how do I find time? Like, how do you people that are watching the Johnny Depp, Aaron and Amber Heard type thing? How do you find time to watch these kind of? I have no time to sit here to go through this. But I don't know. I guess it's priorities.
I get my updates on those on Howard Stern show. They talk about it, and it's so good. It's so freaking hilarious. I'm like, I just got to watch it just because.
All I know is she shit the bed.
Yeah.
Mr. Hanky made an appearance.
And he calls it a grumpy. I mean, who calls that a grump? Was like, what the hell? Like, I heard that on Howard Stern. They played the clip of him calling it a grumpy. I'm like, really? Where the hell did you come up with that? A grumpy? I mean, I guess it would piss you off, and so you would be grumpy, but
I feel like it's a saga of just two rich people that are like the worst people ever, like to each other. It's just like,
oh
yeah,
Jesus.
it's like War of the Roses on a different level.
And yeah, and I'm like, why is this thing taking so long? Like, he
Yeah.
didn't kill nobody. Like, why is this taking so long?
Jeez. Just in case I poor who didn't come across referring to President Washington. Oh no, you're fine, Paul. That was all fine. I was playing the humor off of that and everything. So, but yeah, the fact that he actually made beer and stuff too was good. So, yeah. I hear you, Didi. There's a great Marilyn Monroe doc on Netflix. They have a ton of taste being played. You talk about a great documentary. I was talking about this last night. We were on the gaming channel, and Tex, who games with us on the gaming channel, we were talking about Showtime has a great documentary right now on Cypress Hill that they're showing. And
oh, really?
It's really good. Just breaking the whole Cypress Hill down from the beginning to where they're at, and like the split they had during the time during the years where Sendog left and Muggs left and then came back. I mean, it was just a huge thing. And they're like, they're recognized as being kind of that group that not only do they stand out for hip hop, but they also stand out in the rock type thing. And it was just like all the reflection that was done onto them and how they built this up. And then at the same point being like essentially this spokesperson or spokes group for like marijuana use and stuff. And it was just, it's really a detailed, great breakdown. And I've always been a fan of Cypress Hill from the time we broke them out in college and stuff, which was kind of cool because they showed like the Billboard Awards back in '92 when they won like for album or something there. And they were thanking the college DJs. And I was like, I was back there in '92. I was one of those DJs playing shit.
That's a shout out to me. All right.
Yeah. But that first album that came out, oh my God, you talk about an album that like, a song that is a better song every time you hear it. Like that whole Hand on the Pump, The Funky Feeling, Pig,
Insane and Membrane.
Goes Down. No, that wasn't on the first one, though. That wasn't on the first one. But that first album, everything was just to a different, and it's like you hadn't heard anything like that. Like, when they came out with that album, I went to do my show that night, and our director was like, "Yo, you got to play this on your show." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because he had played like, "You got to hear this album," and we sat there and listened before we went. And it was like, "Oh my God,
shit.
This is totally different, totally just something." It was a weird vibe. So I'll probably talk about that on the Hip Hop Chronicle channel at some point. But Cypress Hill was one of those bands that are just different. There's they're a mix of kind of this New York, California rock, but funk.
Yes, yeah.
Medley that they all bring
just a mix up. Yeah.
You put some Cypress Hill on and I'm down. So I mean, that's one of my favorite. One of my stations on Pandora is just Cypress Hill and stuff like Cypress. It's just the stuff they put out there is just awesome. But Proper Glassware is a market employee and a myth discussed. No, it's actually not. There's different glasses that bring out different aspects of different beers on different styles based on how they're actually set up. So there's some glasses that do perform better than others when you're drinking certain beers. Not a myth, scientific, in fact.
See, I'd lean more towards what James is saying, though, in a sense. Like, I mean,
this glass right here.
I know you get some like where the opening's like smaller and you get better like smells out of it, whatever. But I don't know if that's more in your head or actually is it. I mean, I'm sure there is some scientific facts behind it, but I don't know. I don't buy it either, James. I don't buy it too much either.
This glass right here is considered a shaker pint. And this is actually what I would consider the worst glass for a beer to actually go into.
I can see that.
This basically started out as being basically the top of the shaker. You know, when you go to a bar, you order a drink and they shake it before they put it over the ice. That's where this glass really came from. But for your basic adjunct type beers, it fits easily because you're not going to get much out of it. You try to drink them before they get too warm.
True.
So for some beers, you can actually use that. Now, some other styles, they say you can use it for this too. Some of your wheat ales, things like that. But it's a basic glass. Like you take a snifter type glass, where you get in some of the tapering in a way that it's actually designed. It's designed to squeeze in to make the notes more condensed, like what you have there.
Like that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's designed to bring it up to your nose more. Just like if you were having brandy, right? You don't put brandy into a glass like this. You could, but it's not going to be as great as if you use a brandy glass. It's like the whiskey glasses that you use.
I would say like the bourbon
different.
snifters, or even like a smaller
Right.
neck to when I say neck, but like a smaller opening so you can
Right.
smell, you get more of the aromas or whatever.
Because that funnels the aroma in a lot and concises, breaks it all down. So there's a science behind the different ones. Some glasses also will do the etching and things like that to kind of create more of the carbonation type feel and all that kind of stuff. That's more for the marketing type situation. But there's certain styles that it does come out better in certain glasses. There's a glass style I used to have. I don't know if I still have that glass now, but it's a flange that you would use for like sours, where it's just like it's a cylinder glass straight down, and it's designed to basically condense those notes as well. It's all different things. The reason you have something like this, you put your hands on it, it's going to warm it up, but you're going to drink an adjunct lunker a lot fast. When you have like a snifter, the way you hold it dependent is supposed to not, you can hold it from the bottom or whatever, and it basically works for the styles you're putting into. So there's different things behind it. So
now the big part of that is the person drinking said beer in a certain glass. Do they know the difference in said glass for the beer they're drinking? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like
some don't. Some bars don't. Some bars.
That's what I mean. Like you guys,
either.
like your certain pint glass, they'll serve every single thing you have on tap in that pint glass.
Yeah,
but you might go to some specialties and they'll have like a snifter type glass or a glass that fits the beer. So I mean, I see where James is going, because I sort of agree with that in a sense. Like it kind of, I mean, but you're right though. You're not wrong.
But
like
I mean, I've done like some stuff.
Some glasses are better for other types of beers, for sure.
I've done some beer like wine glasses. There's some beer bars that will serve beer in wine glasses because of the way it condenses in on the nose and everything. I've also been to some bars where they don't know how they're actually supposed to serve stuff. And I mean, one of the places they do at my house, Buffalo Bob's, you get a 25-ounce beer, and it'd be like $4.50 or whatever, and it'd be like Rheingeist of Truth into a 25-ounce mug
that was frozen.
Yeah, and it was like, you probably don't want to serve it
right.
Mug, but at $4.50, I'll let it slide. There's certain, and there'd be higher ABV ones they would do that. Like you go to some places and they'll be like, you want a zombie dust or whatever, or you want some other higher type ABV. And you want a smaller or large? And I'm like, a large? And like, oh yeah, it's like we have a 32-ounce size for it. Yeah, really supposed to serve
yes.
That, but yeah, I will go ahead and take that for the extra $1. Thank you very much. So a lot of places don't even know how you're supposed to serve some of that stuff. So,
but I also feel like in that type of setting, like the person isn't necessarily trying to like get the full effect of the beer. You know what I mean? Like they're just there. Like they don't want a Bud Light or a Miller Lite. They just want the beer. Not saying like you and I. Like I feel like you could like take a beer and put your hand over it and get the aromas out of it, like you could out of a snifter or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Like if I did it here, like I can get the aromas out of here the same way I can kind of get out. But it's like you train yourself on how to sniff and taste.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think for the common average type beer drinker, you put it in a glass, they're just drinking it. They're not trying to do all that stuff.
That's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Is like I don't think that doesn't fit the normal person that goes in and is like, oh, give me that beer. They're just drinking it for the effect of the beer, not necessarily for the flavor, the taste, or out to seek all that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know about you, but when I go to places, like I still do that shit with every beer that I get. It's like I want to smell it, get the aromas of it, and kind of swirl it around and see what the effect is of it.
Well, the fun thing with craft beer is the different styles you have. And if you're actually looking to experience craft beer, the first thing that you're going to hit is the appearance of the beer. That's going to actually start to drive more. Because if something looks like a shitty type beer, your taste is already going to be kind of affected, right? Like if you get a beer, and you see a bunch of flakes floating in it, you're probably like, oh, this is going to taste like shit. You already started to think that in your mind, right? So appearance matters. And then when you smell, that adds the next layer that's going to go into the taste. If you smell it and it smells really delicious, you're expecting it now to taste as well. Or if it smells like sewer water, you're like, I don't know if I want to drink this. Like, you already got a negative type connotation. So it's a whole process that all works together as you get into it.
Well, it's kind of like food. They always say you eat with your eyes first. Like if it looks appealing and appetizing, you're going to have a different vibe or, thought about it.
Right.
As if you see it and you're like, this was like somebody threw up on my plate. Like that's automatically you'll be like, this is going to be shit. Like I know it's going to be shit, but I'm going to eat it anyway. And you're all of a sudden you're like, okay, this is pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of the same deal with beer. Like you said, like you can see it. If you think it's going to be bad, chances are it probably will be bad.
Todd has suffered from that. Yeah, Todd had a little max headroom going on for a little bit. I think it was just the service or whatever. You don't have DSL, do you? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's just the stuff going on. Might be the weather too, because you guys have the storms coming through.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't say anything. I just kind of rolled with it. I saw that. Watch this weekend. Rain in the forecast. Let's see here on Facebook. Ween Beer Exchange had almost 2,000 members. Lots of beer porn. Yeah, some different groups have different things depending on what they go for. But yeah, me and Ty could play golf in Asheville. Let me know. I love Asheville, so Didi would come down if we go.
Oh, there you go.
Too. Wait a minute, why can't play golf? Like I'm at a conference, you guys go. Oh, we can't play golf.
You're not allowed. You can't go.
wait till you guys want some beer. I'm like, nope, they're not allowed. They went to play golf. They cannot have any beer.
I mean, honestly, I'd rather go have the beer, but I'll play golf too.
Yeah. I hear RJDC's mom in New Jersey. Yeah, I was just up there actually for Easter, but I'll get together with Alex again at some point here, as well as Bart, who's up there too, that was here to chat as well, and some of the other guys. Alex is basically, he lives 10 minutes from where my mom lives, essentially. So yeah, we're gonna probably try to get together at some point when I'm back up there. Only 4 hours for Didi from Asheville. Yeah, because he's right down there.
Oh, nice.
What's up, JV? Todd's glitching so bad. He looks like Mac. Yeah, he was glitching for a while there.
I had no idea. Wish I'd known.
Maggie, JV, about time you hang with the cool kids. Yeah, where you been, JV? Oh, middle through. Cheers, JV. It's not my friend. Cheers, hope you're doing well. Dr. Didi, oh yeah, great doc, enjoy, definitely. Speaking of cool kids, your boy's the mom, JV, he must be a handful. I gotta watch that. Yeah, JB did a video with him and his son, try not to laugh type thing last Sunday, I believe. So y'all know JV, make sure you check him out.
Oh wow, okay, you have to look that one.
That's cool, JV. I'm not getting the Todd's max headroom glitch. He was happening for a little bit of time. Toe and healing it. Thanks, Middle Fruit. Yeah, my boy wants to do YouTube. I told him I'd help him when he gets a bit older, but he's cut up. LOL. See, the kid's gonna probably do better than any of us do. So I picked Lincoln because he was one of the smartest presidents who definitely would like to toss back a few. I never really heard too much about Lincoln actually drinking now. So, but that's interesting though. I mean, JT's got the history now since he's in Illinois.
What was that? Comedy show is on. Was it The Whitest Kids You Might Know or The Whitest Kids You Know or something? Comedies.
I don't think I've seen that.
Like a TV series. They had a funny fucking show about Lincoln when he goes to the theater and getting shot. And it was like he was like harassing the host show the whole time. Like, oh yeah. And every time they cut away and showed Lincoln again, his hat got bigger. Like it was like raised up. It was freaking hilarious. I think it was called The Whitest Kids You Might Know or The Whitest Kids. So I remember
I've never seen that one.
I think it was on Fox at one time for like a short period. It was like a sketch comedy type thing. It was you can YouTube it. It's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. It's hilarious.
What's the deal with the audience attacking the community stage now? See that Will Smith start? Yeah. That's a whole interesting type thing, and people were talking about that. I saw a scene in this morning when I was working. They were interviewing George Wallace about it and stuff, and he was making some jokes about it too. But it's kind of crazy. He's like, there's not much you can do to stop an audience member from jumping up. I mean, security usually is there to protect from people that get into the spots, but if they try to make a run for the stage, it's hard to stop it. What you actually need is the guy from the Memphis Grizzlies game that took down the woman that tried to run onto the court. He was watching her the whole time. Have you seen that video?
No.
You haven't seen the Memphis Grizzlies guy tackle?
No, I don't. I know I haven't. I don't think I have anyway.
I can find it on here. That's the kind of guy you want working security. Let's see if I can find it. That guy was on. He was on his game that night. Yeah, so let me see if I can pull it up here. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Oops. Hold on. Don't stop.
So I just YouTube that. It is whitest kids you know. Just YouTube whitest kids you know Lincoln, and it'll pop up.
All right. Let's get this up here. So if you guys haven't seen this video, some of you probably have, but this is the kind of guy you definitely want working security if you had to have security in a comedy show. Because, you got to be on it. You got to be ready to rock and roll if shit goes bad, right? So this man was on it. He's like, where you going?
Oh,
I mean, and mind you, this kid had to play pee-wee football back in the day because that is a nice tackle. We got to give him credit there. I mean, he basically squared up, came in, and stopped her in the tracks. Like, where you going? I mean,
wow.
Ray Lewis would be proud on that. He's like, what are you trying to do? Let's take that back again. You may have missed that part.
He's got him a good job now.
Look. Where you going? Right there. I got you. So this guy is probably being on demand right now for a lot of these shows.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was ready for it. He was like, not on my watch. Not on my watch. So that's a guy doing his job. So shout out to him and security around the world. You want to follow that guy. That guy knows what he's doing.
Chris Rock is like, damn, where are you at when I need you?
Will Smith would have got close if that guy.
No, not at all.
That's good work right there. You got to like that. Let me see here.
I can't believe I missed that one.
I don't even know what the Met Gala was. Yeah, it's a fashion show for rich people. So that's all you need to know about it, right? It's a fashion show for rich people, and they come in. I don't even know what they do in the building. Like they show them going into the. Nobody knows what happens in there because they never show video from inside the building. It's all the run up to it, Women showing up in lingerie and shit. Like, what is this Victoria's Secret now? Like, what's going on? Like, what is happening? There's probably Jeffrey Epstein inside there having a party. We think he's dead, but he's probably not. He's probably hosting the Met Galas now. People in there getting their freak on. It's probably Rick James from Dave Chappelle. Like, it's a Rick James party taking place.
Jeffrey and Hugh Hefner all in one.
Rick James, like Dave Chappelle, get naked, bitches. It's a celebration.
Celebrate good times.
I did not know that, Charlie Murphy. Oh, dude, he said Batman was the shit. I haven't watched it yet. I know you were a big fan of it, so
that's what I've heard. I work with the guy. He's a huge comic superhero type person. He's like, it's one of the top 3 Batmans he's seen.
I want to check it out. I mean, I know it's a detective angle, but a lot of people like that there. Been watching. I've watched episodes of. I like Barry. I haven't seen all the seasons. I think it was season 2. That's actually a really good show. I would like to watch more of that.
I want to see that. I've never seen that one, but I want to see it.
I'm thinking Teddy Roosevelt was a dude that never stopped drinking Dana. Teddy Roosevelt probably didn't. He probably definitely was a president with whiskey in the drawer. Prohibition, fuck prohibition. I got my whiskey right here.
You're right. Who cares?
That's Teddy Roosevelt. Let them come in and take it from me if they're so bad enough. You like the Batman, DD? My wife loves Snowfall. I still have to find out what happened to the tiger. Oh my god, the tiger episode, dude.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I did see. Yeah, that was a good one.
The tiger episode is hilarious. Mayans was crazy. Yeah, Mayans is crazy right now with some of the stuff happening and the power shifts that are taking place. Moon Knight is wild. I have not seen Moon Knight only because I don't have a Disney subscription. I'm like, do I want another streaming service? I haven't made that decision yet, so I haven't watched Moon Knight. I am hyped up about them adding the guy from Daredevil to the MCU in the movies, and them adding John Barenthal from The Punisher to the movies as well. So that's like MCU, like, I don't know, fucking level 5 or 6 or whatever number they're on right now. But the guy, I always think it's Shane from Walking Dead, but the guy that plays the Punisher now, John Barenthal, is perfect for the role, and the guy that plays Daredevil is perfect. Breaking Bad is a must-watch. Go back and watch Rod J, one of the best series I've ever seen. Yeah, a lot of people love Breaking Bad.
I agree, JV. That's probably one of my top 2 or 3 shows, maybe overall. Best overall, maybe.
And I never watched Saul because I never watched Breaking Bad.
Saul's good. Yeah, Saul. I haven't started the last season yet, but yeah, that's a good one too.
It's the best Batman to date. You hated the Christopher Nolan Batman? See, I loved Christian Bale as Batman. I like the dark Batman that he brought to the character. And I like the original Michael Keaton as well. I thought he was one of the better Batmans. How about the Yellowstone spinoff? I have not seen the 19th. I have not seen a spinoff of either one of the Yellowstone. Todd has on the one, I know.
Yeah,
1832
or something. I don't think it's 1932, but 18 whatever is pretty good. Actually, I probably I don't know if I liked it more than the original, but it's pretty damn good. I liked it.
But the regular Yellowstone, yeah.
Yeah, Yellowstone, yeah. But if you haven't seen the spinoff with Tim McGraw and Faith Hill in it, that's pretty fucking good. Sam Elliott, that's pretty good.
But if we're talking Yellowstone, I mean, because we're here amongst friends, aren't we like rewatching Dallas? I'm just asking a question. Like,
asking for a friend.
Aren't we rewatching Dallas from like the 80s and 90s here? So
Dallas in a big farm.
Dallas with occasional nudity.
Yeah.
Although only Beth has been nude on that show, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It was good, but way too long. A slow start. It took a while to get into it. JV said. That's talking about the Batman.
Okay.
Insane in the Membrane. Yeah, Insane in the Membrane. Insane in the Membrane. Insane in the Membrane. Yeah. That was a big hit for him. I heard Ambrose was a great movie. Action-packed, action-packed meat wagon movie. I have not seen that yet. I've seen a trailer for it. That's kind of interesting. I was trying to figure out the premise to that.
I've heard the same thing, and we started to watch it last weekend, but we never did get around to it. So,
but Jake Gyllenhaal is a good actor, so him and the other guy. I forgot the other guy's name, but I'm like, kind of intrigued by Ambulance. Some of the best beer glasses for tasting are wine goblets, Burgundy, Bordeaux are the ones I'll use. They usually are about 6 ounces of glass. You don't soil the bowl with your oils. Yeah, wine glasses work out excellent for a lot of the beer, especially some of the bigger type beers as well, and some of the barrel type beers.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
All right. Moving on to Flying Monkey Space Age Sunshine Orange Creamsicle Quadruple IPA. That is a mouthful, EG. That's a mouthful for sure. They're getting drunk. Who's getting drunk? Get drunk, get crunk and drunk. I actually do have to go to work in the morning. Can't get too drunk. Hate when higher ABV beers are served in smaller glasses. Who made you, mama? I know what you're saying there too, JT. I think with that, it's more a precaution type play because of the higher ABV. Now that might be more of a marketing type play as well because this is an 11% ABV 16-ounce can, and if I was at a bar, they would probably put it into like a 10-ounce snifter or something. And I think you're still fine to have it in a bigger type glass as well. But for some people, it probably hits them on the ABV, and that's maybe the issue there. I know with a lot of times the larger ABV, they'll put it in smaller glasses because of the alcohol content. So I think it's kind of a monitoring type way. Nothing to me. I've got 5-gallon kegs, smaller samples are but a small issue. There you go. Do you like it? Some of Monkey's high ABV beers I'm not a big fan of. Sparkle Puff, Chocolate Manifesto, etc. I actually had the Chocolate Manifesto and the Sparkle Puff. I thought Chocolate Manifesto was actually pretty decent, Paul. The Sparkle Puff I thought was a little bit overrated for what I had heard about it, but I thought it was still pretty decent. See what Gilbert thinks about it as well. Really hopping ABV, hot middle fruit. Having said that, I like the Manifesto once in a while. Manifesto is hit or miss. So I've only had it one time. So are you saying each year, Gilbert, it's a little bit different, possibly? Fire sticks and a VPN. That'll get you anything you want to see for sure. Must have a pint or 3 with you sometime. My wife's people are in Markham, so get down there if you do. Yeah, you guys should definitely connect there. And Gilbert does different things where he goes on brewery tours at different points during the year. Mal's in the house. Cheers, Mal. Good to see you, my friend.
There's Mal.
We were just told, JT told us he took you and Chew around town, so that was pretty nice. Guys, please, Adam West was Batman. End of story. Child is over. That was the old campy Batman. Same time, same channel. And I used to watch that as a kid too. Yeah, it's like how that
Wham, bam, wham.
It's like Batman. He was like the best Boy Scout ever. He had everything on his belt. Nothing caught him off guard. He's in the middle of strikes. He tells Robin, "Grab the bat shark repellent from my utility belt." It's like, how do you know to have bat shark repellent? But
I feel like they'd be Vanessa now though. Like she has a belt with everything on it.
Yeah. It's like, holy cow, Batman! How do you know how to bring that? It's because I'm Batman. I prepare for everything. You prepared shark repellent? No, Batman was horrible. Bane is from Latina. He was an English accent, talking through an NYC speaker. Come on, man. The backseat was weak. Keaton and Jack was. I mean, you're going more deeper than I'm. Let me just tell you, I'm a Marvel guy. I'm more Marvel than DC.
Yeah.
But for me, I thought the entertainment aspect was there, and I thought that I actually liked Bane, but that might be because I like Tom Hardy. I think he does a great job on his stuff. Talk about Tom Hardy, him on Peaky Blinders, great role. But
God, I gotta start watching that.
I thought it was decent, but that's just I wasn't a huge Batman reader when I was a kid. My comic books were Thor, Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Fantastic Four.
I was just say, yeah, for sure.
Some X-Men, which I still can't figure out why Hollywood can't get the Fantastic Four right in their movies. Some X-Men and Punisher. Those were like the comic books I actually read like more when I was a kid. So I was definitely more Marvel than DC. I mean, Superman was all right. Aquaman was all right. I mean, it was kind of like I watched the DC cartoons in the morning, like the Super Friends on Saturday mornings or whatever. But it was like they weren't the Marvel characters. Like the Marvel characters were, to me, more badass. It's kind of like they were the ones kind of put stuff out there.
I can say a comparison, but I'm not going to say a comparison because
I'd watch Super Friends and I'd be like, Legion of Doom, how are you losing to these guys? Seriously. Lex Luthor, Manta, how are you losing to these guys? Like, they're not the best superheroes, but that was just me. Although I was a Wonder Woman fan, especially when he brought out
wasn't just you.
Who was it back in the day? Diane Who played Diana? It was Linda Carter. I was like, oh, I'm watching Wonder Woman.
Right? Yeah.
It's Wonder Woman night. Wonder Woman
Why?
night.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Wonder Woman. She's spinning around and turn into her little outfit. Yeah, you go, girl. Come get the criminals.
It's like a invisible plane.
Yeah. I mean, if Farrah Fawcett wasn't on the wall already, I'd have you up.
If only had room.
Yeah.
If only my walls were bigger.
Just know I'm here for you in the heart.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's not discuss Justice League Batman. Oh, you don't like Ben? You don't like Ben as Batman? Ben was better than I thought he was going to be. I'll say that. He was better than I thought he was going to be as Batman. He's back for the next one too, I think. But there is a second the Batman I guess they're working on as well. They're going to shoot, so which will be in that. My grandma's breaking down. Time to go to sleep. Night off. All right, homie. Have
a good one, Double D.
Tomorrow. I'm sure you got tea time. So,
Hit him straight. Hit him straight.
Gigi said, hi, Mallory. Hi, James. Cheers, Mallory. I thought of you when I got my twice per year haircut a few weeks ago. I was just telling Dad about the pack of smokes we bought at Dovetail Brewing. You can buy smokes at Dovetail Brewing?
Oh, wow.
Manifesto is hit or miss. Produced for Sparkle Puff. It's overhyped. Why better hazy, right? Yeah, I mean, I felt like Sparkle Puff was definitely more, it was less than what people had kind of talked about with it for me. But at least maybe I got the good manifesto. I thought it was pretty decent. Did you shave it all off, Middle Fruit? I was a fan of the Invisible Jet. Yeah, so here's the thing. The Invisible Jet. The Invisible Jet, and I used to bring this up back in the day. Superman would always fly with Wonder Woman on the Invisible Jet. Batman and Robin would have to drive. Why was Superman riding with Wonder Woman when he could fly? And we know planes are faster than cars. Why wasn't Batman and Robin catching up on Wonder Woman's jet and riding with her? And how were they getting to the same spot at the same time?
Well, I mean,
yeah, in the
just
70s,
think about it. Yeah, just think about it a little bit. Yeah.
In the 70s, the riders were high. That's how it all happened. It was because it makes no sense. It's like Superman should not be riding in Wonder Woman's jet unless he's doing something behind the clouds we don't know about. Unless he's doing something behind the clouds we don't know about.
Well,
Good for Superman. Good for Superman to get, Man of Steel. Just
was Batman and Robin was like Bert and Ernie, maybe? In the superhero sense, possibly. Like Superman, why are you flying in a jet? You can fly yourself. Why are you in a jet?
But even if Batman and
Don't mind me.
Even if Batman and Robin were driving, they shouldn't have gotten there at the same time as Wonder Woman.
True.
Because she's flying.
That's
she's
true.
Flying.
That's
true. It's like, and Flash had to run everywhere. They would never give Flash a ride. Flash, wherever you want to go. Get the Fitbit out, Flash. You're running. Get to where you're going. Put the Fitbit on. And, it was one of those things.
Superheroes definitely played favoritism for sure.
How did Aquaman get to some of the spots? Because a lot of the country's landlocked. There was no water for him to really get a ride. He wasn't swimming. And some of those missions, you didn't even need Aquaman because all he could do was bring the fish. We don't need the fish right now. So Aquaman, you can go.
You're out. You're
out for this one. You're out. We're bringing in Hawkman.
You'll come back. Come back next season.
Aquaman was pretty limited on his capabilities, so it's kind of like.
I never liked Aquaman.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing here? What are you even doing? Like the Wonder Twins are more of a use than you right now. Like the Wonder Twins, and they can't get anything right. The one guy, everything he does is something water based. Oh, make me a bucket of water. What the fuck are you gonna do with the bucket of water? And she's a hawk, and you're gonna pour the water on it, and you're gonna tackle the guy. Like, what is going on here? Make me a icicle. What the fuck? Yeah. There were drugs rampant in the 70s and 80s, my friends. That's
yeah.
You grew up watching the Super Friends, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Of course, Some of our favorite characters were on drugs. I mean, let's just face it. Scooby Doo and the crew, they were fucking getting high.
Oh yeah,
They were getting high, driving around,
Shaggy for sure was
seeing ghosts. They had no idea who were ghosts. They were just high. Shaggy, Scooby, they had the munchies like every episode. Fred and Daphne would take off and go do whatever they were doing.
Right.
They would leave Thelma all by herself.
She couldn't see anyway. If you knocked her glass off, like she couldn't see nothing. So
yeah. And then you have stuff like Underdog, who Underdog would only become a superhero when he got his under biscuit, treat or whatever, which was like, I'm not going to do anything unless you give him a high. And he would literally, he'd get the snack and he would float up before he did anything. So he was literally getting high and then he would go fight things. That was Underdog for us. So, I mean, we had a lot of drug type hidden stuff that took place back then. It was just like, and there was only things you could think of, like, you had to be on drugs. Ultraman, like, this guy stands in the middle of the field and says some words and he becomes like this giant robot or something. Like, what the fuck? Who comes up with this type of fucking shit? Like, just Ultraman, and yeah. We had some crazy stuff happening back then. So. More of the story is drugs are good. Drugs make you very creative.
Yeah.
We also had great artists come up with some great music back then too.
Very true.
God, to grow up in
just,
the 70s and the 80s, I tell you what.
Just say no to drugs. But why? All our best people was on drugs. Why would you not take them? Oh, okay. True. You're right.
This is your mind on drugs. Really? An over easy egg? That's my mind on drugs?
Have it every Saturday and Sunday. What do you mean?
We're a generation that grew up in the 80s watching Faces of Death. You think you're going to freak us out by saying that's right. You think that's going to work?
Like, really?
Yeah.
So what? Okay.
I watched a guy fall into a crocodile pit and get mauled. This egg thing ain't working right now. So.
Yeah. This is your brain.
Yeah.
This is your brain on drugs. Really? Are you going to scramble it or just over easy? What's going on here? I'm not sure.
I would like my mind to be Eggs Benedict, please. Yeah. We're a generation. They would show us those old like weed stuff. We would laugh at the fucking video, like they were telling us this whole marijuana. What was it? The old weed thing. They had an old movie back in the day they would show about like marijuana is supposed to do some crazy things. I can't remember what the name of the movie is. My thing came out.
I kind of feel like I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of what the name of it is.
What was the name of that movie? Let me take a look here. Reefer Madness. It's like, are you seriously showing us this movie like from the 50s? Like Reefer Madness? And we're supposed to think that weed's going to make us do all this stuff? I've seen people do weed. They do none of this shit.
Right. Lie. A bunch of lies.
You all need to update your material. Oh, smoke beers equals bag of smokes. Oh, smoke beers for bag of smokes. Gotcha. Perfectly. This girl with tumbleweed on my head, so I tell her to give me number 4, whatever that is, twice a year. Oh, the number 4 blade. I know what the number 4.
Oh yeah.
Funny thing about the number 4, that middle fruit. So years ago, when I was working at one of the other companies, we were talking about getting haircuts, right? And I was like, well, let's face it, I was the only black guy working in the company pretty much. So we were talking to the guys, they were talking about getting a haircut. They were talking about the Flowbee or whatever. Like, I had no idea what the fuck
Flowbee.
I didn't even know what the Flowbee was when they were telling me about it. And so I'm like, we go to a barbershop, what do you do? And it's like, well, I want to get a little off the side or a fade me off here, box it up. And they're like, well, what do you guys do? And they're like, oh, we tell them number 4 or number 3. Or like, what? Like, there's a haircut by numbers? But apparently there's a difference in how the white guys are getting haircuts versus how black guys are getting haircuts. I didn't know that existed. It's just like, yeah, fade it up, fade me, box it up, blah, blah, blah. No,
Right. Yeah.
you had to give a number when you went to the
Yeah.
white barbershop so they knew what
Well,
to
what's
do.
up? Yeah. What number you want? What do you mean? What number do I want? No, that it actually is a yeah.
So it's one of those funny cultural type differences that take place. It's like maybe like, well, if you get like a number 2, no, number 2's too low.
Oh yeah, hold up, hold up. It take me off like 3 days to grow back out. I ain't doing that. That's way too long. Way too long. I remember those Floby those. It was like attachment for your like shop vac. It's like whoa.
They had to literally pull up the Floby to show me on the computer what it actually looked like. I had no idea what it was. I was like, "You guys use this?"
Like that's some white people shit right there. What are you talking about?
It was like either that or a bowl cut. I'm like, "What's a bowl cut?" And they would show me the bowl. I'm like, "This is part of your world."
Yes, I know. Yeah. I feel like
I was like, you learn new things every day. That's the goal. Always learn something new every day. And that day I was schooled on the difference between getting haircuts.
like Mr. Rajay, what number do you want? What do you mean? What number do I want? I just want like here's what I want. Well,
I don't even know what black barbers know the
I'm not
numbers on the blade.
no, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's like I'm not even sure. Like, yeah, that's like the stupidity of a white barber. Is like, what number you mean? Is it 1 through 6? I need a number. And I'm saying it's like one size fits all.
But you know, it all makes sense now because I'll see white kids getting haircuts in black barbershops because they can just get it faded out. They don't have to worry about the numbers. So it all makes sense now.
just tell them what you want, and it's like, okay, all right, yes, there we go.
Right, Ralph Doppelbach and a Krasinski. Oh, that sounds interesting. A Ralph Doppelbach. So you're making already a fly. Why was he on the jet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He had
yeah. Check out wow.
Scooby Snacks would definitely loaded. Exactly. Yeah. You get the munchies after. It's like Shaggy was always looking for pizza or something to eat, burgers, whatever. And he was always looking for food that fit the munchie mold. Right. Oh, I'm looking for a roasted chicken, or I'm looking for a quail. It's like I want a burger, or I want a pizza. I want a hot dog.
He just wants some snacks of some sort. Doesn't matter.
I want some chips. Yeah, he was. Town Brewing and Emery brews a rare release double square Wheels double IPA and Sparkle Puff isn't close. Nice. Yeah, Sparkle Puff again. I think it's a good beer, but I think it's definitely highly rated. Pee Wee Herman like the magic mushroom. Yes. And we never knew as kids. Amazing, right? Yeah, as kids we watch these things and then it was just like some of the stuff that would happen is like later on you start like, wait a second, that doesn't make sense unless this is this and blah blah blah. You start putting together.
You'd be like, oh, okay, I get it now. I see.
Of course, as a kid, AC/DC was one of the early rock bands I used to like, and for a while I thought You Shook Me All Along was about a car. I didn't find out till later on it wasn't about the car. She drove a fast machine.
It was about the
yeah. It wasn't about a car. I found out later on in life. So yeah. But as a kid, pretty nice car. I bet.
I want that car.
Same thing with Little Red Corvette. Same way. Oh, I like a nice Corvette. Yeah, Little Red Corvette. Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
Who doesn't like a red Corvette?
Not what it was about. Just saying. Captain Caveman. Oh yeah, Captain Caveman.
Yeah.
And Captain Caveman, I know he appeared on the Flintstones a couple times, but I think he had his own cartoon, Captain Caveman.
What about do y'all remember the Laugh Olympics when it used to be on?
Yes.
Like Captain Caveman and all the like different genres of superheroes or whatever. Like that was good. That was funny.
Captain Cave. Yeah. I used to like about Captain Caveman. Actually, I think at one point there was a serial too. A captain came in.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, the track went off and you were like screwed on the VHS. Yeah. Reaper Madness, made in the 30s. Right. They were still showing it like in the 60s. Like, am I supposed to be paying attention watching this movie? Because this shit's just fucking whacked out. Like, nobody does this stuff, you know? It doesn't work that way. Saw it many times in the Midnight Movie. Midnight Movie back in the day for me was Rocky Horror. We used to go to Rocky Horror Show.
Yeah.
First time I went to the Rocky Horror Show, I was ready to fight. I mean, I wasn't going to rush the stage like Will Smith or anything like that, but I'm like, who the fuck is throwing rice in here? Didn't realize they were, you know, when you go to Rocky Horror Show back then, they were acting out the movie in front of the movie. I don't know if that was the same thing when you went to, when you saw it, Todd.
I remember when my brother, who's basically the same age as you, used to go to the Rocky Horror all the time. And he said that people
would act it out.
No, they would dress up like the people in the movie. Did you experience that? They do the same thing, like dress up and.
So in New Jersey,
and act it out too.
They would get out. They would get in front of the dress up.
Yeah.
They would act it out as it going on, and they had the wedding scene. And I'm sitting there on a date, and I'm getting pelted with rice. Like, what the fuck? Like, they were throwing rice out. Like, it was real life 3D. Here's the rice coming at you, you know, type thing. So,
okay. So, so you experienced the same thing. Yeah, because he always used to go to it all the time. They played it like once a month or once every couple of months or whatever at a local theater. And I remember as a kid growing up, because he's 8 years older than I was. But I remember they used to go all the time and used to talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering if you experienced the same thing. So it sounds like you did.
Yeah, we definitely did. Yeah. Ridiculous indeed. Oh my God, my grandpa had a floaty. Wow, well, that's kind of age in there, but okay. Apparently it was pretty popular back in the day for a lot of haircuts. I don't know why. I don't know what was needed with it, but it was in a lot of households. Thanks for entertainment. Heading off. Thumbs up. Later, slap my brother in there. Get slapped upside the head. Cheers. Cheers, Paul. Always great to have you, my friend. Have a great
Cheers, evening. Paul. Yep. Always.
Good night, Hoser. Gilbert said there. Later, Paul. Buy middle fruit. Take off A to the Great White North is a beauty way to go. This quad IPA is fucking filling even for me, LOL, Gilbert said. Gilbert likes a big beer. I've had a haircut since mid-2019. Let's see here. Bought it perfectly. Cheers. Thanks, cheers. And I'm pretty sure Chris off the 10th got his hands on a double square wheel. He probably did. I was actually asking what drug captain came out with. Oh. He had to be an upper. He had to be like
yeah.
Cocaine
he was hyper as shit.
Amphetamine or something. He had to be something that, you know, got his energy, his juices going or whatever. So yeah. He probably went behind the scenes, did a couple of lines, and came out.
Yeah, he was hyper as fuck.
Yeah, it's funny when you look like. I remember years ago, growing up, one of the cartoons I used to watch was Speed Racer.
Go Speed Racer, go!
and like years ago, and I'm talking about like 20 years ago or something. That everything was on one of the days, and I was watching it. I tried to watch it. And I'm watching the cartoon from back in the day, and it's just like they had to be high. Like I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on and watching it. And I'm like, either you're going to be at this level as a kid, or you got to be high. That's the only way you're going to figure this out. What's going on here? Because if you're an average person watching it, you're fucking lost trying to figure out
right.
On, you know, it's like the whole
forget it.
The way the scenes and stuff were shot, it was like you had to be high or like a little kid to understand what was happening there. But yeah,
it'd be like, who wrote this? Snoop Dogg? What the hell?
It was just like it was like, wow, this is different. This is different. So it's funny going back seeing some of those shows. Midnight Movie, Rocky Horror played every weekend at one local theater. Other shows, The Usual Suspects, Forbidden Planet, A Boy's Dog, Pink Floyd at Pompeii rather. Well, that was later then because if you had The Usual Suspects being played, but Pink Floyd's another one. The Wall.
Yeah.
You watch The Wall. You got to be in the right mindset to really watch The Wall and understand The Wall.
Or high.
Well, that's part of the mindset there, right? But if you're watching it like straight, I swear you're like, what the hell
What's
is going on?
on? Yeah. What am I watching?
Yeah, that's one that messes with you too. Like if you're not in the right mindset, you're trying to figure out the stuff happening. But I'm a fan of The Wall. I watched The Wall. Clockwork Orange is another one that if you're in the right mindset, that's a bizarre movie for sure.
That is a weird fucking movie.
Yeah, that's weird regardless. But if you're in the right mindset, it's even that much more weirder. So
We was actually talking about him tonight.
Malcolm McDowell.
No, the Zubiak or whatever his name was. What the hell fuck was his name that made all those movies?
Oh, you're talking about the director or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what was his name?
It's like Zubiak or Zobiak or what the fuck was his name? Hang on, I'll tell you. That's gonna drive me nuts now.
Stanley Kubrick. Yeah.
Yes, Stanley Kubrick. Yes.
Yeah.
I remember what we heard tonight. It was like, that motherfucker was some weird dude. Like, all the shit that he made was like super weird. Like, all the stuff. I mean, they were good, but they were super weird.
There were some fucked up movies he made.
And yes. And I don't remember what the topic of conversation was, but somehow that got brought up, and I was like, he was good, but his movies were fucking weird. Like they were good though. Like Clockwork Orange. Like it's weird, but it's good.
He did some good movies, but it was definitely like some type of weird tune. Like I think he did Blowout as well, and I want to say he did Gorky Park, but he had some weird type tinge that was part of his movies that took place. It was just like, I don't know, it fit well for the decades he was doing it for sure. It was like you watch it, you're like, oh yeah, that's an 80s movie.
Yes.
I hosted a Rocky Horror Picture Show at my college with the dressing up, throwing things and everything in one of our stadium classrooms at Halloween. Yeah, I mean, you had to do it if you were doing that, right? That's part of the whole Rocky Horror experience. Let's do the time warp again. That song still sticks out. It's one of those classic songs now from a movie. What's the other one? The one with the plant "Feed Me, Seymour." Little Shop of Horrors. That's another cult classic.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Tex? Cheers, homie. Y'all know Tex. Make sure you check him out. One of our gaming crew does some great stuff on his gaming channel as well. Some fun stuff. So check out Tex's edits. Yeah, Speed Racer. He's a new Snoop. Tex has been trying to kill all the Snoops in Call of Duty. I don't remember Metacopolis. I remember that one. I remember Heavy Metal. My mom wouldn't let me want to go see Heavy Metal at the movie theater, so I had to sneak and see that one. That was back in the 80s. Mindset right now.
So I looked up Stanley Kubrick, and he did the 2001 A Space Odyssey.
Yeah, I never was a big fan of that one.
Which was 1968.
Yeah.
A Clockwork Orange, Barry Lyndon, The Shining.
The Shining, yeah.
Full Metal Jacket, and Eyes Wide Shut.
Full Metal Jacket, great movie.
Which is some of the newer ones. I say newer ones, but Eyes Wide Shut was 1999, so that's the last one listed as a director anyway.
Brian De Palma did Blowout. You're right, JT. I'm not thinking about Brian De Palma did Blowout. He didn't blow on Corky. Now it rings a bell. But he had some funny type movies there. The usual midnight movie suspects in the 70s and 80s. I never liked The Wall. You never liked The Wall? Really? Are you not a Pink Floyd fan? I thought The Wall was pretty solid. Because I was in the right mindset at the time, too. Crackle Arms amazing. I was banned in States for years. Yeah, well, I mean, he's all rape scene in a movie, and people are going to definitely not be a fan of it and have issues. So, yeah. Mr. Kubrick didn't do blow. Yeah. No, you were right. Yeah, no, it was Brian De Palma. I just realized a little bit ago that he's one of the blowout, but I thought Gorky for some reason, but definitely wrong there. Yeah, and ultra realism. Metapocalypse was an Adult Swim from 2010. Ah, okay. Yeah, I never heard of Metapocalypse before.
Hmm.
I didn't watch Adult Swim, although I will say one thing I started to watch in Adult Swim was the Blade Runner cartoon they have right now. Although I've only seen the first 5 episodes, and that's actually been pretty good. Blade Runner, Lotus Flower, I believe. So Blade Runner was one of those futuristic movies from back in the day too.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch the
I
2042
don't.
version, which people said wasn't as good. With what's the dude's name? No matter who he ever is, I'm going to think of him from Remember the Titans doing the clogging.
Talking the linebacker dude.
No, he was a safety, but he was doing the clogging when they put him with the white people, the white players with the black players.
Petey.
That, it wasn't Pete. He was the white kid.
Oh.
The white kid. He was doing the clogging with the chubby black kid, and he was like, he was getting up. Some black kid was getting upset because he kept doing. He's like, "Oh, you don't like this?" And he's dancing and clogging.
I know you're talking about. What is? He's a big actor. He's a big actor now, right?
He is. But I always remember him from that movie.
God, what the fuck is his name? I know you're talking about.
Ryan something maybe.
Gosling. Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the other Blade Runner. I haven't watched that one, but yeah, I'm gonna still for the day I die, he'll be Remember the Titans kid, you know.
You're right. Yeah.
He's like, I can't keep up with the coach. He puts Petey in the game to play defense. That's one of the best sports movies ever done. I'm sold. I feel like every time I watch it, I get pissed off that Denzel wasn't nominated for that movie. That's
Remember the Titans?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one of the ones. That and The Blind Side. Every time I see him on like regular TV or whatever, TNT or whatever, I was like, I just stop and watch it. I don't care what. I've seen it a bazillion times. Like I just stop and watch every single time they're on.
Remember the Titans, Rudy. Those are probably the two that pretty much catch me in any type of sports movies. Whenever they're on, I kind of start watching. I get hooked into it again every time. You know, those are like the two that pull me in most of the time.
See, I like Rudy, but that's not one that draws me into it every time.
Really?
For me, for me it's not, which is weird because it happened in my home state. So,
yeah.
But I'm like, whatever. Like it's fine.
I just feel like I don't know. It's like the acting, the story, whatever it is. It kind of pulls me into like.
No, it's a good movie, but I don't know. It just didn't draw me to it enough to just want to watch it all the time.
Although there are sports classics I haven't still watched to this day that I need to. One of them is Your State.
Hoosiers?
I've never seen Hoosiers.
Come on, man! What are you doing?
I've never seen Hoosiers.
That's such a good movie.
The other one, I don't think the other one is Your State that we talked about earlier. But Field of Dreams, I haven't watched. I've never seen Field of Dreams.
No, that's not. But
yeah, but you know, one of the best baseball movies I like is 9 Guys Out. I think about the Black Sox scandal.
Eight guys. I think it's eight guys out.
Yeah, that's a pretty good movie.
Field of Dreams. Have you not seen Field of Dreams?
I've never seen Days of Thunder either. People love that movie too.
Well, no, Field of Dreams is way better than Days of Thunder. Unless you're just a Tom Cruise fan.
Yeah. I just never got around to watching it. I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things I never got around. It was one of the good Kevin Costner movies too, from everything.
Well, they had a game last year, the Yankees and White Sox. At that game, at the supposedly where they filmed the movie at. I don't think it's completely true, but similar to that anyway.
I don't think I've ever heard of C-Lab before.
Me either.
Captain Murph. When he got struck under a soda machine. I don't read that one. Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
that was like the what's the one where the machines come alive and the soda machine started shooting out all the cans.
What is that?
What? Oh God! No, you know the movie is where all the. Oh God! What the hell is the name of the movie? Where all like the machines come alive, sort of like they
Oh,
started like.
you're talking about Stephen King, Maximum Overdrive?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like the Coke machine, I just remember like the one scene where the Coke machine just like shooting out all the cans of Cokes or whatever, all like one
Yeah.
after another.
I always remember the main truck from that movie with the green thing on the face.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
one. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah,
And
like
he wouldn't,
like the Goblin or something, whatever it was.
yeah, he would let him out of the gas station. So speaking of
Mm.
Stephen King, they're making a Firestarter remake. I'm like, do we have to keep making remakes and stuff? Like, why can't they
Right.
make anything new?
Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a whole soundtrack by AC/DC, which I like too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. The Who Made Who album. Emilia Estevez, lead character.
Yeah. Yep. I always think Emilio. I always think of the Night at Roxbury. Emilio! Hey, Emilio! You know what I'm talking about? Like, they're always doing the boop, boop, boop. And they're always like, hello, Emilio! Hey, Emilio! Like, so what? You know, Emilio Estevez, who cares? Like, it doesn't make no difference. He ain't nobody.
Slapshot and Lamaz with Steve McQueen. Never watched Lamaz. I know about that movie. I know about Slapshot. I haven't watched either. I haven't watched The Miracle either with Kurt Russell. That's another one that people.
Oh, that's a
really
good one.
like. Yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
No, first time we saw that, we were up in Indianapolis at an old, like, I feel like it was like right not too long after Shannon had her miscarriage with, you know, when she was pregnant the first time for our daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to like a weekend getaway, and they had like an old like building, and it was like a movie theater, but they had like old movies, but it was like get beer, whatever, like menu type items, you know, they serve you before like the theaters are now, where you can do that anywhere now.
Yeah.
But there was just kind of like a lounge type like table, whatever, and that's what they were playing was that one. I was like Miracle. I was like Miracle. Yes, I was like that was so good. I don't know if it was because of the the setting and everything and what happened, whatever, but that movie was great.
We need a historical context of it all too.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Now I will say a fake sports movies. Rocky 3 is probably one that always hooks me in. I think Rocky 3 is my favorite Rocky with him and Mr. T.
Is that with Drago? Oh
no, that's 4. That's 4 with Drago.
Oh, Mr. T. Yeah.
I mean, you got the whole Mr. T thing. You got the Mickey dying. You got a bunch of stuff. It's just
that is a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
You got Apollo,
I agree.
Apollo coming back to train Rocky. I just feel like Rocky 3 is the one for me.
Excuse me. Yeah. No, 3 was good.
Yeah.
That's true.
And surprisingly, Balboa was better than I ever thought it was going to be when that came out. So that was actually pretty good. It made up for Rocky 5 with Tommy Morrison. So,
oh God,
that was a terrible one. It's like, what are you doing over here? Why are you making this movie? It's like,
that was like jump the shark.
like Godfather 3. We went too far. We should have stopped.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, Oh, speaking of another movie, so Jurassic World. Jurassic World comes out in June, and I'm like, do we need another Jurassic movie? Like, seriously. But
right
in watching the trailer, okay, this one makes more sense because they're not going to the island. They learned their lesson. The island's coming to everybody else, basically. So you figure at some point they had to get off the island, right? These creatures and stuff, or these different islands they had, but they brought everybody back. They got Jeff Goldblum, they got Sam Neill, they got Daryl Hannah. Like, everybody's back in this one.
Oh,
so
shit. Oh, wow.
It's like, do I want to see like the kids that were little kids are grown up and they're back?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Do I want to see it? But it actually looks pretty good. They brought Chris Pratt back in again. So it's like,
It's like they're just drawing you like you have
Yeah.
to see it just
Yeah.
because.
It's like,
Just because.
everybody's here. This is it. I swear, this is it. This is the last one. I
Yeah,
promise.
last one. Yeah,
I
yeah.
promise this is the last
Until the next one.
Yeah. So I don't know, but that's coming out in June. I'm kind of like,
I haven't seen anything
Yeah.
about that one.
yeah. The preview, the trailer looks pretty good, but I'm almost like, how many times can you have these dinosaurs eating people? You know?
Right, right.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
mean, it's kind of like Jaws. Like you're in the ocean, just go in the water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's no Jaws 3, 4, 5, 6. Just go in the damn
No.
water. Like, does he get legs? Can he come on shore? I mean, I'm not sure what happened here. What's going on?
I was flipping through last week, and it was like apparently it was like a Sharknado 6. I'm like, why do they keep making Sharknado movies?
It's like a cult classic, apparently.
People love these Sharknado
I
movies.
know.
And it's all washed up actors, which is the funniest thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the old 90210, like,
Yeah.
cast. Like, they got nothing to do. So, like, yeah, come on, let's make a movie.
Yeah. Well, this last one, they had like Vivica Fox in it. And I'm like, man, your
Oh,
career
wow.
your career is really
Yeah, right. Yeah. You need some money.
You're in Sharknado 6, and I see no cartoon commercials. Yeah, it's bad for Vivica right now. You know,
I mean, she's like, I needed a paycheck just like everybody else. So
you fell a long way from Booty Call. That's all I'm saying. Poor Vivica. Yeah.
Damn it.
Let me see here. I want to sponsor Slim Pickens Film Festival, so that'd be pretty awesome. Such as Strange Love, Blazing Saddles, The Flim Flam Man. Blazing Saddles is still always a classic. Playmate of the Apes. Playmate of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes, maybe.
That sounds like some monkey business.
Yeah, right.
This is short. Yeah, I think they do have another Planet of the Apes they're working on as well too. So I don't know. It was just funny when I saw Jurassic Park. I saw the trailer earlier today, and I'm like,
I haven't seen that one. I have to look for it.
I'm kind of intrigued, but then it's like, why are we doing another one? And then they got the new Doctor Strange movie coming out. The which cover something of madness or whatever, multiverse of madness. So I don't know. I haven't been to a movie theater so long. It's kind of like
Me either.
I'm kind of comfortable just watching it at home. So
Right.
yeah. It's like the Batman. It's like, oh, go to the theater or wait 45 days and on HBO Max.
Right, exactly. That's the way I feel too. I'm like,
Yeah.
you pause it, watch it for 3 days, an hour here, an hour there.
Plus, let's face it, a 3-hour movie, I'm not getting any younger. I got to take a piss at some point.
That's true. That is true.
So I don't want to miss anything. I can pause it in my own house. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I'm going to try to watch that this next weekend, I think. I said it last weekend, but I do want to watch it because I'm kind of interested to see how it pulls off. I've never been a huge Robert Pattinson fan, but people say he's pretty good at it. So I feel like I'm looking at him from the Twilight type thing.
I agree. I said the same thing, but I heard he's like one of the best Batman that there was so far.
Yeah. So, but I think we'll go ahead and wrap up because we're at 12:04, and
Yeah.
we do have to work tomorrow. So at least I do. You got to work tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and the commute is a bitch. So I got to go from one room to the next. It gets
Yeah. Well, I got to go a little bit farther than that. I have to get my car and drive, so.
Yeah. But thanks for everybody that tuned in tonight. Hopefully, you guys had a good time and enjoyed some good beverages and had some good laughs. And hopefully, you guys are set for the weekend. And for all you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day.
Oh, yes, for sure.
And tell Shannon I said happy Mother's Day as well there.
Will do.
Hopefully, you get pampered and spoiled and all that kind of good stuff. And hopefully your kids remember you for being a great mother and superhero that you are.
Get what you deserve.
Yeah. So that being said, we're going to sign off. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. We'll look forward to catching up with you guys next week. Y'all have a great one, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.